Hello, Central Florida. Welcome to Guilty Gear Strive over here at Central Florida Face-Off. We have a very exciting bracket coming up for you. We're going to be streaming the entire top 8 and even some of our pools earlier today. I'm Y-Cry and I'm joined by the lovely
Sakura. What's up, everyone? It's super excited here to show Central Florida's best coming through and facing off into some intense Guilty Gear Strive action. I'm already excited. You know, we got Giovanna. You already know the vibes. Getting those fist bumps and ready to hop in and play. Actually, sorry, my apologies. Baiken instead of Giovanna. This is actually an interesting matchup and character selection, considering that these two characters are probably the least that you expect in a tournament setting.
Yeah, extremely high difficulty ladder. I mean, can be live by the blade or die by it. But we're starting it off really early here. Get the button check. No, we're running right into it. Good.
Yep, Tatami Matt to start setting up, and then we got some dashes. Both of them just kind of like going back and forth at the moment. We got a counter hit here. Burst already being expended. A counter and both players now without bursts.
Hey, we are starting Guilty Gear off really strong. Getting through all of our resources as fast as we can so we can try and find some pickups here.
Okay, I like the go ahead to getting the jump slash, but it is too far for the super. But we're gonna go ahead and start it up with Stroke the Tree, but there goes the Tatami Mat and push back as well. Trying to dive in here from Delta using the purple RC to keep the dive safe. But trades are happening right now between these two, and it's Link and Pat that'll be able to clean up on the first round with the Baiken.
So many punishes off of the fly-in heavy slash, but we're not really finding any conversions off of it at the moment. We need to clean that up.
All right, Tatami Mat again, not getting those crucial conversions off of Kabari. We did get those Yodazens, but again, all coming through some straight hits here and there. There is that low heavy slash. We're going straight into the super. A bit of a confirm, but unfortunate as it drops from the wall bounce.
Yep, Delta getting a second life here. Let's see how they spend it. We should get a wall break here.
Oh, yep, there goes that wall break like you mentioned, and big damage potential here for Delta, who goes for the stroke victory again, but unfortunately, Link and Pat taking the air, and the first game goes for Link and Pat.
Yeah, starting to throw out a lot of aggressive aerial ones like fighting slash is such a good option to just keep that little pesky flight, out of the air to the best of their abilities, and it's working out great right now. Going up 1 against Delta.
Yeah, with Delta on the there's those situations of trying to get hover dash. The attempt to start the round with Stroke the Victory led into a counter hit, but it is Delta who's going to be able to get the wall break. Unfortunate, drops it and gets hit by the jump heavy slash as well. Link and Pat able to get out of this corner and play some defense, gets the 2S, and then not able to confirm at this time.
Starting off the neutral pressure, we're getting a YRC, keeping the pressure going here. There we go. Nice, good burst. But doesn't opt to. Okay. That's one way to do it.
Listen, one way to get it done. With it's a little bit tricky to actually start up on momentum, but this is already a good start here for the round. Able to get the double stroke to victory and the corner as well for the mix, plus the wall bounce. Able to finally get that last hit in, and as you can see, the damage is just piling up right now. The Yodazen hitting from behind as Delta gets cornered using the YRC and able to get the overhead.
Yeah, pressing on their bad frames, not a good option there from Link and Pat, but got away with it a little bit. Oh, and this should do it for the round.
Better gameplay here from Delta, not only getting 2 games or 2 rounds straight from the second game, but you can kind of see that they're definitely hyped up and way more awake than before. And Link and Pat also kind of figuring, okay, we gotta adapt here for a second. Getting hit by the jump slash and burst already in effect here for Link and Pat.
Yeah, the first time they actually didn't use it on the first hit, they were assuming they'd go into a combo, but drops it immediately for the instant overhead again, and now we're getting some great wall pressure. Starting up, breaking the wall. Keeping it going, looking like a lot of what we were seeing last round.
Bit of a YRC, it was pretty far, but we were able to get the counter hit on Yodazen before the backward hitbox, and that's already a perfect for our first perfect here at Cffo.
Whoa, start off counter hit? Let's go, Link. Not gonna get the cross up on the hit, but instead gonna reset here. Double flight dash in the air, keeping it real consistent. Oh, I'm loving what I'm seeing now. Very safe pressure.
Ooh, that's a far slash here. Gonna be able to use Ino's new move as well. Purple RC and able to punish Yodazen in the air with the optimal punish. Drops at the last hit, but we're still here on the corner. The parry from Delta, or rather from Link and Pat, who gets the close slash right after to follow up.
I love the confidence from the Biken. Link and Pat has found their footing and is now breathing the offense.
Yeah, way big of an improvement here. Also able to catch up despite the really strong start here from Delta. Actually was able to punish the dive, but wasn't able to get the continuance. Tatami Mat set up as well. Gets the low counter hit slash, and then we go into the cannonball, but it whiffs.
Late delay.
Yodazen also getting backdash right now from Delta, able to avoid all of those big opportunities here from Link and Pat. And now it's trying to get Chemical Love out and actually get a hit in.
Ooh, we got a big opportunity here. This should be able to take him towards the wall. Sets up for some Oki with the fireball. Doesn't get to confirm though. See if it bites him in the butt in this interaction.
Interesting choice here from Delta, was trying to call out the YRC. There's the Wild Assault, and again the mix. Are you gonna block the high? Are you gonna block the low? Slight delays here and there. Blue RC for the punish as Lincoln takes advantage.
No, it's best 3 out of 5.
Right, 1 right now.
So good. Both players are going to be against each other, making sure this is first to 3, and it will be for the whole night. Guilty Gear is too fast, too volatile of a game for us to not be playing this as much as possible.
There goes that counter slash here from Lincoln Pat. Not getting those extended confirms right after hitting with counter slash. You want to try to go into Kabari right after, but we do have bars to work with right now on both sides. There is the parry. No choice to go into the red RC, but we got the side switch regardless, and we got the kill thanks to the whip punish off of the cannon shot.
Oh, how interesting. I wonder if they actually recovered in time. It might have even been chip. I didn't see them FD it, so... Oh, interesting interactions. Now we're starting to FD more of the options. We need to get a little more consistent on the Tatami Mat FD so we can punish that. But
right now, Delta really stuck in this corner. This is going to be big damage. We're going into the other super. Is it enough time? It is. And this is going to wall break right here. As Delta, about 20% of life just left over. One good counter slash. We got a goal burst right here. And we have a counter hit as well. Burst now used by Lincoln Pat.
On their last life here, needs to keep this momentum going. We're no longer in the positive state, but we can find it. Oh my gosh, and took out Eno's toes. Final handshake and really good stuff there.
The 2 heavy slash, able to seal the deal there for Lincoln Pat. I really want to highlight here that Delta had the right recipe with Eno, but was just not able to actually get the startup that they were looking for in the later games. That's the thing about Eno, right? Is that she has that weird dash. And then the hover dash in and of itself can really mix you up, but there was just no chance to actually start it up until that second game. And then later on, just not getting the momentum that they were looking for.
Once the parry started coming in from Biken, I just felt the momentum shift. It was 100% like, oh, well, now I'm scared to press a button. And you can't do that with Eno. You either have to start mixing in that empty low, going for some sort of option that'll stumble up your opponent. Not hitting them, that's not going to work in this game.
You highlighted it so perfectly, right? It's that parry that's the scary. We saw opportunities for Delta to actually punish. Yodazen, for example, even in the air. So, like, actually kind of picture that hitbox, and they were on point, able to anti-air it and kind of convert off of it. But the thing here is, again, it's the crucial word of confirmations on those hits, right? We saw a little bit more from Delta. We saw that even though Lincoln Pat kept it simple, it was enough to actually either lead into the super or go for a wall break situation, or even able to just fully punish. And then, again, with Eno's low guts, you got the damage on your side, regardless.
Yeah, really good awareness of the matchup. I do think if Delta is able to clean it up, hit a few more of the confirms, because we saw a lot of the overheads actually landing. If we're just able to just clean up that bit, we might see them again here in the top 8 coming through on loser side, because we're not done here yet. We've got plenty of strive left, and so do our competitors. So.
Yeah, we're not done here yet. We got some memorable names here in the bracket. We got Scambolini, one of Florida's best Kai players, I have to say. We also have other players, like we said, able to see Eno and Biken as your first match of this tournament is in of itself really cool, because again, those are 2 characters that I would say are kind of like at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to the Strive meta. You know, despite Eno getting her new move and Biken kind of getting a little bit touched in the last balance patch, it's almost kind of like they've been kind of forgotten and really stuck with the Loyalists, and even the Loyalists are having a little bit of trouble trying to make them work.
It can be very difficult when your character was considered very high in the beginner seasons and it's just slowly falling down. It's almost sometimes better in some instances to be going the other way where your character is low and they've been getting slowly buffed going up, so it gives you hope, even if they're not the best character. But hopes crossed that this Guilty Gear Strive patches that are coming with Season 4 and all the new changes coming in.
I'm so excited for Season 4. Have you seen the new colors for Season 4, by the way?
Oh my gosh, they're so pretty.
They're so good. There's a couple of characters that I'm like, you know, I guess because their greens or their reds are a little too much for the duotone.
Yeah, they're like,
but I have seen, like, for example, like Anji, for example, has like a really gorgeous blue. Alfelt has a really nice pink and green going on with her colors.
it's hard to make that character look bad. She's got so much flair in this game. It's ridiculous.
For sure, for sure. And then, you know, with that being said, we're about, I want to say, a month away from our first Season 4 character, which is Dizzy. And I know everybody's waiting for her to come through. And then, of course, we got Venom, we got Unica, we also got Lucy, our first guest character.
I know. Would have never guessed it, but I guess the Netflix deal paid off more than just getting an anime for yourselves. We had to get in the cyberpunk characters, which, I'm a big fan of. Will definitely draw me back in for some more ranked matches.
I will tell you, people that love Cyberpunk, they actually have mentioned that they will pick up Guilty Gear because of Lucy. And I think that's even better because with already reaching 1 million copies for Guilty Gear Strive alone sold, that's an insane achievement, especially for a niche community like Guilty Gear. So you already know, Season 4 is going to be so exciting. We had a lot of people feel really good about this last patch that happened, and it was just a small taste of what's to come. But guess what?
Unless you're a Zato player. Oh, God.
R.I.P. Zato players. I would love to see how this Zato player plays, as well as we got Kai Kisuke on the screen too going up. And we'll find out our players and who they are in just a short moment. Let's see what they got going on.
Now, let's get the eagle flying and let's get right into this match. I'm really excited. Yeah, I've heard horrible things about the Zato starting from Season 1 to right now, and I mean, I don't see him anymore in rank, so it must be pretty bad.
Probably one of the rarest characters. I would say, like, after Season 2.5, like right in the middle of Season 2,
right,
just completely gone, yeah. But we got Observer, who I believe is on the Zato, and Coin, who I believe I heard signed up last minute on Kai Kisuke.
Good. Well, hey, signing up last minute and showing up and getting to be on stream, we're already starting off our day real solid.
Now, this is going to be interesting here. We're going to see how Observer is going to manage Eddy meter, as well as set up those crucial, important setups. But Coin has the character, the real-life Shoto, in a lot of this game.
Yeah, able to keep their gameplay very simple and focus a lot on the neutral. But right now, holding down back, eating this Zato pressure. Got to find a moment to advance.
Yeah, a bit of a 6-speed just in case Coin was trying to get a bar slash or any of those long-range hitboxes. We're going to avoid Eddy here, but it's going to come from behind. And this is a good opportunity for Observer to get the full screen. Going to get hit by the shock.
Oh, found the punish. No pickup off of it, though. I'm not sure if they realized it was going to be a punish yet.
Definitely seeing Observer here trying to go. Beautiful block. Burst bait. Not going to get the pickup that they had wanted, yeah. But we do have Frog right now from Eddy, and now Eddy is fully down. We're going to go into this overdrive to regain that Eddy meter, and it works because we got Drill, and we're going to be able to set up for the short hop. Try to pull out Burst, but this is a good opportunity to just kind of create space.
Nice, and I like Coins starting to use the FD on these supers, not taking the huge amounts of chip. Oh, we got to pick up. Oh, no.
Try and install, though. This is good. Going to be able to block it here, but now this leads into Kai able to extend on both Shock Blasts and even on DPs. So we're going to see how this works here for Coin, who's been stuck in this corner. Get it! There goes the Stun Dipper, but it is still punishable when you have Dragon Install.
Yeah, that third hit doesn't add anything other than some damage to flashy combos. Let's see if we can find our neutral game here. Immediately bursting, even though it's just some lights. Might be overreacting to the fear, but it's okay. We're on stage. We can get nervous every now and again.
All right, the jump slashes here from Observer. Going to be able to block the Stun Dipper. Getting a punish, not the most optimal, but we were able to reflect the shock. And now it's just Observer trying to create some floats here for the air.
Yeah, getting lots of pickups in the air, but not really able to convert off of them. I mean, having a giant sword definitely beats just your fist in the air. But Zato, Eddy pressure is looking really nice now. Has to drop him early.
Now, unfortunately, that Eddie meter did run out, and it's Observer who's just going to try to play the long game at the moment. Beautiful 6P, able to get the invite hell after the confirm. And now Eddie goes for Frog, recharging again. Beautiful 6P, also able to be invulnerable to that shock projectile. Another 6P again here from Observer, and then the far slash.
Wow, and great forward heavy slash there to get the overhead and go right under the stun dipper. Observer really talking about the way they're presenting their offense.
Yeah, really good comfortability here with at least being knowledgeable in the matchup. We might not be getting the most optimal punishes and the most optimal combos out of this, but we are getting opportunities and we're able to call out some of those matchup dependent things, which is good. And we do have Eddie now on recovery, but we have Coin who gets side switched at the moment and still trying to land a hit here on Observer.
Yeah, I never see the Zato flying dust to actually get us out of, use it as a movement option. An interesting way to get out of the pressure, but now we're actually getting hit with the overhead. Take him to the corner. Spentimeter's not going to come out though, but the Eddie setup's going to work out perfectly here.
Yeah, that's exactly why you want to use that overdrive. That sword is allowing you to be able to summon Eddie on the field. You have full bar, and look, you got that full wall break. There's a YRC, was 2+ though for the grab, and Coin trying to play some defense right now. FDing to avoid the chip, gets the jump slash, and goes for Wild Assault, but you are still gonna get hit on the startup of it, and Observer does exactly that.
It was a great interaction. I was not expecting him to get hit with the iframes you usually get from Wild Assault, but perfect setup with the low kick. We need to find some pickups here if Coin's going to look to make a comeback in this set.
So Sun Dipper is going to get punished this time around, but again, when you're only punishing with 2P, you're not going to get that optimal damage that you're looking for, especially off of a really frustrating move like Sun Dipper. But there's Fuda Arc. We're going to try to get out of this corner and go for a jump slash, and we do achieve the side switch. We have the command grab as well here from Observer, and we're going to extend it with the red RC, but dropping the combo. And again, overhead, not going to be enough to continue the combo, but we now finally able to achieve it, and Coin gets the burst out.
Yeah, I'm nervous about this burst attempt. A great stun dipper. Let's see if we have the combo here. Take him to the corner. No finish. Needs to get an anti-air here. Take him down. Crouching dust in the corner. It doesn't matter. Good close slash. With Eddie there, it's super safe. Able to run away with that second game.
I was going to say that close slash was a very big risk, but when you have Eddie with the multiple snakes covering you, it's almost pretty much checkmate there for Coin, who needed at least a Roman cancel to try to keep it somewhat safe. But now we are 2-0 up against Coin. Observer doing good, playing the slow and steady game, while also calling out some of these opportunities that Coin's been going for Stun Dipper, and not really getting any value off of it.
Yeah, I need to see Coin start DPing, even 6Ping, getting this little shadow out of the air. We need to ground this, run up and grab. Nope, instead we're going to go for a slash.
And getting hit by the overhead as well. This is not looking good for Coin. Once again, going
Life
for
is
the
pretty
overdrive.
similar, though. It's actually, surprisingly, it has looked a little one-sided. We're going to get the wall break here.
Very nicely done for Observer, who goes ahead in the life lead at the moment. And Eddie still going for recovery right now. Finally, full bar. And we got the close slash landing. Just not going to get that extension.
Oh, good block on the overhead.
Defense.
We've learned that. All right, FD through this. Good, good, good. Eddie's still up. The slash is taking him through there. An Observer looking to close out this round 3 straight, not even dropping a round.
You see right there, that would have been an opportunity for Coin to go for a DP, but we're not seeing those reactions. And we are also falling for the snakes as well. That is something you have to be very mindful. Fuda Arc as well, not going to be plus when the shock state is not implemented. Finally landing a shock, but again, we finally land the Stun Dipper. We kind of dropped a little bit, could have gotten more damage, but still, opportunity is for Coin right now to keep this corner. Tried to go for a close slash, instead got counter hit, and we're pushed out of the corner this time around. Once again, falling
right
for the
Eddie.
snakes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's blending into the background. I'm with him here. I'd be hitting that every single time.
The color is very blending. This is a big counter hit. Gonna leave it with Invite Hell as the final confirm. 6P, not gonna get the follow-up on the slash, but we're gonna burst before. command grab right after, making sure that Coin doesn't get to use that burst. We got hit by the charge dust. Raw!
Oh, we're not going to finish out the combo, though. Instead, we're going to play for this last bit of mix, give our opponent one more chance, but it doesn't matter when we have the uncharged dust to finish that out. Really nice stuff to Observer.
Yeah, taking that deep breath after that round was good. I'm pretty, like I said, Cffo being this character that hasn't really been existent since after Season 2, it's because he's been changed so much balance-wise. One of those matchups that are on paper that's not exactly fun is the Kai Kisuke matchup. And that's just because, again, Kai's the Shoto of this game. He has all the good buttons. He has the far-ranging buttons. He just has everything that works out really well for him. But as you can see, Koi not doing those DPs, Koi not figuring out the gaps that Cffo has with Eddie definitely costed them quite a bit for those situations. And really lets the Cffo player play however they want to.
Yeah, and coining with the Shoto thing, what we didn't see from more traditional games, we didn't see that strike throw game.
No.
There was a lot of Eddie being thrown up right in his face, and my brain is just like, run up and grab that guy.
Yeah.
You need to palm him, need to dust him, throw him to the ground, reset your game.
Yeah, well, one of the things with Kai is that in order to start going for that game plan of strike throw, you got to have that shock state, because the shock state allows so much power for Kai Kisuke to actually do whatever he wants. Like when you can do food arc and it's pretty much your turn. You can literally do these far-reaching normals and it's still your turn. But the few times that Observer got hit by shock state, it was pretty much on hit and then it was disappeared because Observer was able to actually, set up snakes, set up Eddie, throw out drill, be able to actually, I really enjoyed seeing the overdrive. Those are opportunities that you can actually, as Sato's doing that overdrive, you don't have to hold it. You can just run under it after that initial startup animation. And then not only do you take out the fact that the sword is trying to aim at you, but you also take out the fact that Eddie's still on the other side when it was directed. So you can literally go for punishes in those moments. And it just doesn't seem that Coin was able to kind of call out those on paper, hey, wait a minute, this is like a gimmick. Give me a minute.
Yeah, I'm not falling for this goofy little setup, but it is okay. I mean, clearly a little bit of work left to be done in the kit. Very, very strong character. Kai can get away with a ton of really good stuff, and I have a funny feeling if they keep at it and keep playing the game and I'm showing up here, we're going to see some even better, God, what's the word I'm looking for? Getting better tournament results. Let's go with that. Tournament results out of Coin in no time flat.
It's still early in pools, right? We were still seeing everybody coming through. For us, we are kind of like the first game of the day, of at least for this stream. So, we got a couple of people still waking up from their sleep. They went for those 2 a.m. grind sessions, and, now they're awake, and they're like, okay, hold up. I got to get into that tournament mindset. Let me get warmed up. Let me get in. And we'll see how that goes. But, again, with a character like Cffo, I feel so bad for Cffo players, but I also don't feel bad for them because they were really privileged at the very start.
You had two
seasons, all right? Y'all were good. You had the puppet character, and then puppet character was kind of crazy for doing so well.
The testing ground for the 3v3 on the screen. They were doing 2v1. It was really fun for a while.
Yeah, exactly. So, at the end of the day, Cffo is a character that we don't, again, part of that low totem pole that we were talking about earlier with Baiken and Ino, nerfed in ways that it makes sense and normalize them, but when you're looking at these other characters, it's definitely up there. But we got our next match, Beefy McWhat versus Devon up here on the stage.
Yeah, and I've definitely heard Devon's name before and seen them come out to many events. I'm not as familiar with Beefy McWhat, which I feel like I'd never forget that name.
Right.
So that could just be an ignorance thing on my own part, but hey, hoping they've got, both of them have great stuff to show us today. And if we're kind of gotten around it here. Let me pull up the bracket here.
I am so happy to see a Johnny on the screen. Now, that's actually really rare for me to say, but Johnny is in such a good place right now after this last patch. And we got a Faust as well. Talk about some crazy matchups happening here tonight.
No repeats.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Yeah, Johnny, probably one of my favorite characters of Season 3. Does not play the way I assumed he would. Got a little more of zoning to him, but can still keep that offensive rush. So good. All right, are we starting off with the button check? Yep.
Yeah.
Good,
well,
good.
So one thing compared to previous Johnny iterations, he had the coin. He throws out the coin, and then that's where it kind of Misfinder comes into play. But with this version of Johnny, we have the card, and Misfinder can really be plus depending on where the card lands and the extensions on it. They did buff him this time, where Misfinder reaches full screen this as well. So
no
that's
hiding.
No hiding.
No hiding.
We also have a change. It's not Faust, it's Bedman with Delilah on the screen. We're going to see.
I could hear you say the question mark. I really do appreciate that. I heard it clear as day.
Oh, so I have a joke here with Ebonic Plague that we try to like say the error 6E and the it's so difficult with the way that this character is, but like we were just talking about, already setting up those errors, but it's gonna be Devon who's gonna force the first burst from Beefy with what now?
Yeah, and we're just keeping Johnny in the corner. If we can't let them get the zoning game started, that's really good. But what is it? Beefy McWhat now doing a really good job of just challenging with smart buttons here. Starting with the overhead here.
Yeah, that overhead, about a 5-hit overhead. And we're going to get the Roman cancel to go and get the extension and the wall bake right after. Thankfully, because of that multiple hit overhead, we also had the lightning that follows up from Bedman's normals, which makes it really, really good here in this situation because you can literally let it go at any time. We have the white wild assault as well to catch you off guard. The 5P from Beefy, and now the corner can belong to Beefy, who sets up card and tries to get Misfinder out.
Yep, but instead going to trade. Still able to maintain this corner position, but that full screen projectile game is still where Bedman is the strongest. Tossing some cards out.
Bit of an expensive resource to throw out for the card to try to catch a whip button. But all right, we have the somersault and then 6P to follow.
Wow. Really?
Gets the jump K, but it's a grab from Devon, who's able to capitalize off of it, and this is death as Devon takes the first game.
Doesn't even need that wall stick, and we're really starting to see our players' talents coming through. The pressure is very strong right now. The instant overheads off the 8-way dash. Devon is gonna start off as probably one of our strongest contenders of what I've seen so far.
The white wild assault, you love to see it. Was nerfed in this last patch, but still just as strong. And we got the jump slash. And again, all of these follow-ups that you're seeing right here from Bedman is literally thanks to the fact of those specials. And here we go, 2K2D and into the purple RC to get the slash. Ooh, the reversal from Beefy.
Hey, spend it if you think you're going to die. You don't have it in the next round. Let's keep the pressure going. Hard setup.
Yep, and there's that Misfinder that we were talking about. You can actually land it full screen, but be careful of this lightning.
Can't even see the target.
Yep.
Love that. Really smart stuff. Able to hold them down, but the standing slash to start the round here is going to get a counter hit. We're going to get grabbed and tossed back into the corner. Nice conversions here. Quick wall splat. Let's get our positive bonus. Get the gameplay running.
Wild assault once again helping the momentum shift. That was
Burst
a great
save.
Roman cancel to get the burst fade. Beautiful stuff. OTG and the explosion, you gotta guess. It's a big normal that covers the entire screen. And there you have it, up 2-0 right now with the Bedman.
Very nice stuff. And they're taking a moment here just to think about what's going on. I mean, this game could be so fast. There's never not a time to just take a quick break, get your head settled. And let's see if we can get some of the Johnny game plan running here, if the Bedman show is going to keep it running. Nice.
It's a grab to keep it, and we're going to get the OTG right after. That sets up for the explosion. And this is all corner pressure. You got to block, you got to FD on some of these things, and you just have to be super mindful of these opportunities. Beautiful overhead to not only get the overdrive right after, but because of the error follow-ups, scaling so badly there.
Yeah, I feel that. He tried to FD, but he kept crouch blocking, but his brain went into the grab. Nice punish!
That was so smart here from Devon. And there goes the gold burst. And because there's that install, we're going to go back into it to extended duration and just literally chip out Devon at this time. And it is right now Beefy McWhat now up 2-0 against Devon. But Beefy is on the Batman and might be looking at that that last game on the win side of things, really stopping Devon here.
Yeah, actually, I believe. Wait, I think it's flipped, right?
I believe so.
Because the Bedman's kind of been running away with it. So it's Devon winning. Nice, good RC here to keep it. I mean, that's winning. That's done. Game. Good stuff.
Yeah. And with that.
Very good stuff to Devon pulling through there. I think.
You know what?
I've heard their name before. I'm pretty sure that was.
I feel like it's all good. We were just gonna go with Bedman 1.
Bedman 1.
Bedman 1. Bedman 1.
And we'll definitely see them later, so we'll know for certain in just a little bit of time.
For sure. Exactly. You know, what I really liked about Bedman more than anything is just you saw so many opportunities to go for specific setups. Again, the thing about Batman is you have to be able to, like, their plus frames comes from those specials being used, and then the follow-ups allow, like, okay, overwhelming pressure. You know, if I am punishable on my pinwheel, it's going to be protected by the explosion that follows after from before. And that's just one of those things where you kind of have to, like, keep in mind. And you do kind of have a control off of the error follow-ups, but you don't have as much control as when you're just setting it up and you're like, okay, I'm going to just let it rock. And the installs twice in a row in that last round were so good. They just extended everything.
Yeah, I think they understood their character very, very well. But even further than that, the last thing I loved is how versatile they were. Once they got bursted almost every single time in the final bits, they immediately switched back and they're like, wait, I'm a zoner too. Like,
yeah.
I can just throw these projectiles, get those last little chip bits out, and win the game. And sometimes being aware of that instead of just dashing in and losing half your HP and then getting hit with one crazy counter hit is the difference between great players and mediocre players. So
I was going to say, with Johnny, especially because we were talking about it earlier, Mistfinder being full screen, throwing out the cards is really crucial. What I really, really enjoyed from the Johnny themselves is that there were opportunities to kind of like whiff punish, and we did see them accomplish that. But, you know, with Johnny being the character that is so dependent on Mistfinder and set up on Mistfinder and kind of like zone with a lot of those normals, it's harder to do that against Bedman, who's honestly trying to just stay in your face and continue plus frames after plus frames. Like it's definitely a difficult one. But up next we got Parrish versus DJ Spicy Deluxe.
Oh, dude, a spicy deluxe sandwich from Chick-fil-A sounds really good right now. I hope they got just that level of nutrition for me coming up in this next match. Good stuff out here. And we have seen so many great contenders already coming out and playing. I am so glad we are out here in Central Florida this weekend. This was kind of not a hidden event. They tried to advertise it very well, but not as many people have showed up to this as I thought they originally would, and I'm so glad at the people and the faces I've already seen here today.
It's really good to see Central Florida thriving in the scene and really coming together. You know, I know that a lot of people were really trying to push for people to come through and actually play and get some games in and obviously just have a really good time. Like, that's one of the cool things about just these offlines, right, is that you get an opportunity to level up, you get opportunity to play against people. You know, I'm excited too. Like, I'm excited to see some MK1, some Guilty Gear. We also have TCG in the other room, which is actually really cool. So
yeah, lots of good vendors out here.
Yeah, really good vendors, especially that Thunder coffee milk. They're super delicious. Have you tried it?
Yes, it's very good.
Which one did you try?
The vanilla.
The vanilla is really good.
The one they handed me.
The vanilla is actually super, super delicious. So I tried the vanilla at home, and so I wanted to try out the mocha, and the mocha was so good. I think probably even better than the vanilla.
Good. I will let I know what my next stop will be at for certain. In the meanwhile, it looks like we went into the match and then immediately switched out here. I'm not sure if we just forgot to set buttons or what happened. But
more than likely it was a button check and they're just double checking everything. It does look like, at least for now, those first selections is Axel and Kai. Axel is another character that's not on the bottom pole of things. Actually, probably one of the strongest zoners, I would say, right after Happy Chaos and Asuka.
Very interesting, yeah. I mean, when this game came out, was the only zoner on the cast list, so has come a long way. People have developed a very intense meta with this. I'd love a ton of things in the kit for this character, and I'm excited to see him on full display here. So we got double backdash to start the match.
No, this is just button check.
We're button checking. I'm like, like, if this is the start, this is pretty wild.
Yeah, they're just definitely checking those buttons, make sure that everything's comfortable to go. You know, one thing I feel like a lot of people forget is that unlike some of the other games, many of them are on PC. So when you kind of come over and you start playing on PS5 and you start playing on the game, you're like, oh, wait a minute, I gotta kind of like put myself back onto that console mode. But we got the fist bumps. They're getting ready. It looks like we're gonna go back with the Kai, with the Axel. Let's get it on with team these two.
I love it when there's no mirages and a button check. This is my character. This is who I'm staying.
Yeah.
Here's what you got to look forward to for the next 3 matches of me kicking your butt.
All right. Now, with this matchup, again, Shoto character Kai, but we got to watch out for a lot of these far-reaching normals, like this one right here.
Yeah, immediately checks Kai out of the air, keeps it going here. Ooh, not a big confirm. Cross up.
Oh, shock state applied, but it's now gone. And let's go for the Renzeki with the explosion.
Yeah, going for a full screen high there. Not going to really convert so much, but no, we got him close. No pickup on the close slash there. Wild Assault to keep the pressure moving, and it works perfectly. Axel running through right now.
Axel, I think, being one of the only zoners that has the red Wild Assault instead. And it works out because, as you can see, opens up the explosion, also allowing to get the overhead after the dash up.
Yeah, went for a really long button with the heavy slash after the overhead and gets beat out. I think Spicy Deluxe is going to get tossed into the corner, and we're not going to respect the burst.
Ooh, beautiful way to get the 2K2D after the jump over. And already the first game going to Parrish with this Axel.
That yes right in the finishing frames. Perfection. One of the coolest looking games in all of fighting games. Guilty Gear is an excellent title for looking pretty. Nice. Wow, delayed it this time. Little push through. And Parrish hasn't looked comfortable once on this entire screen. Just constantly getting checked with buttons. Nice, good jump out.
I think rather DJ Spicy Deluxe is the one that's been a little bit tough to actually get some of those buttons. We finally got a hit in, but we're going to get hit by this reversal because we were still in the middle of the follow-up, and that is going to be a dash-up grab from Parrish.
Yeah, really smart stuff. His offense has been impeccable this entire time, constantly checking any opportunity Kai has to come in. Spicy needs to find something here, some way to get past this.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that when Axel does that vacuum effect, Axel is plus. So you have to hold all of that. There is the Wild Assault with the dust and the red RC. It's not going to be enough to kill, but we are going to enter that positive bonus situation. And again, full screen for Axel is the perfect win condition. And we're already down to game 2, up 2-0 right now. Just needing that one more round, or one more game, better said.
Yeah, Spicy Deluxe has yet to find an opportunity to really get in and run their game plan right now. So we got to figure out something here. Whether it's arrogant DPs or something. I mean, goodness, we got to get in there. Good wall break here.
Ooh. And there goes the Tiger Knee. Going to be able to break the wall. Tries to go for the command grab, but again, Parrish is not even going to use burst. Just going to play it safe. Back to full screen. And we're going to do that Renzeki over and over. Loop it until it kills.
Yeah, you have to respect that option. I'm very surprised he was able to jump that command grab so often. Hasn't done that once this set. So, big props. Nice just defend as well. Going to keep that negative. Toss him towards you.
Okay. Your plus. Yup, there goes the dash up grab. DJ Spicy Deluxe getting thrown, going for the gold burst this time around, but gets caught by the command grab, and the time stop should be enough. Yup, right before the recovery, and it is done as Parrish takes it with a clean 3-0 and moving on.
And a little bit of style, too, with some, not bomber loops, but some bomber showcasing.
Yes. You know, we didn't really get to see the bomber loops as we can kind of be used to for Axel, but what I really just want to highlight again is when you're fighting against Axel, you have to know that matchup. You have to understand what that character is trying to cook up in the kitchen, because truthfully, it's one of those characters that can really check you no matter how strong of a character you have, right? We saw opportunities for like DP and it just wasn't coming through. Instead, we saw DP very far from the side of full screen for DJ Spicy Deluxe, and Parrish just is like, I don't even need to use my burst if you hit me. I just want to use it for damage.
Yep, kept it very offensive. Won their turn back tons and tons of times, and honestly, just never let Kai get their game plan going at all. And just a complete annihilation of of what we were going for there. And I'm curious how far we are going into this bracket. I did pull it up on my phone. Let's see if Wi-Fi is getting us going here. So that's that one.
But with that, we should be looking at our winners quarters finals. I see that we currently have Lincoln Pact, which we saw earlier win. We also have Beefy McWhat now going against Parrish. Beefy being was actually the Bedman player.
Yes.
That we were talking about earlier. Very good Bedman. I love seeing the character diversity. It's really good. Like, we're not seeing Happy Chaoses, and knock on wood, hopefully we don't continue to see Happy Chaoses. I'm hoping we see Asukas at the very least, because they've been also doing really good. Observer's also sitting pretty too against, going to be facing Marek MC. And then we're also waiting from Waffles and Urameshi. Waffles from 9 Moons, shout outs to them, as they're probably one of the leading tournament organizers online.
Yeah, they do an amazing job. I still haven't gotten to sneak out and do their Street Fighter 6 commentary, but I will at some point. You better believe me. But yeah, I don't envy the winner of that match because they're going to be going against Scrambolini, an absolute monster out here. So
that's going to be a tough one.
Best of luck to them. But in the meantime, we're just hanging out here waiting for our next competitors.
Yeah, I want to just like really highlight again with Axel being this character that, again, matchup you got to study it. You got to play against it. Just because not many people are playing against Axel does not mean that you should just be pretty much ignoring the existence of that character. We didn't even get to see Axel's new move, which is that Tornado. Between the Tornado and the Vortex vacuuming you in and then being able to just remain plus on it, truthfully, with Kai, you're supposed to be able to DP all of that. You're supposed to be able to kind of like call out some of those interactions. But, you know, Axel's just one of those characters that, again, the original zoner keeps you very far. Dash blocking comes really important too. And FDing is also a really big importance too.
Yeah, anything to keep an Axel player in is a good idea. But once he's getting his game plan of vortexing you closer to him, it can get really oppressive really fast. And I think some of the delays on the Wild Assaults and just other options he picked during that match really highlighted what a great Axel that was. I don't want to fight him anytime soon. You guys have fun.
Well, another thing too, and this is kind of one of the changes I was really happy about when Season 3 came out, is burst being full screen.
Yes.
Because previously, you really couldn't burst against Axel, truthfully, because not only was he able to just push you back, the few times that you were close, you didn't want him to even leave that close spot anyways, because...
No, I'd rather you hit me close by.
Exactly. So now, with at least burst, it kind of gives a little bit of a breathing room, but still, it's super tough to go back into the full screen neutral and then kind of have to be back in the environment that Axel usually belongs in.
Yeah. And obviously, I think with the addition of Happy Chaos and Asuka, as you were saying, these zoners actually being put into the cast, it's more of a need now than it was before. It was like, okay, well, just for one character. Like, you guys can suck it up.
Yeah.
Just win. He wasn't even very good in the beginning. We were fine. Now, a little bit more of a menace of a character.
And you mentioned this in the last time we saw Kai, which was with Coins match. We didn't get to see the strike throw situation that we usually should be seeing from a character like Kai, right? You know, setting up shock state. The few times that shock state was set up, it was immediately disappeared because, again, you know, you got hit, and then now you lost that opportunity to get shock state. You're trying to actually throw out your projectile, but every time you do, you're getting hit by Regeki, plus the vacuum Regeki that also like drags you back in. It's hard. It's a hard matchup.
Yeah, and I'm sure by the end of this evening we're going to see a Kai show off their game plan, and then we can go, everyone should just take out their notepads, just quickly write down some of the things.
I'm pretty sure that Kai will be Scambolini.
Yes.
I'm like almost 100% sure that will probably be Scambolini coming through. Because, again, one of the strongest Kai players in Florida, first of all, and then just in general, really, really persistent, has also picked up Soul.
Good.
Just in case, which I kind of agree with that personally.
It always feels good to have a character where you can kind of get a little wilder in this very crazy game. Kai kind of has to stick to the game plan, hit the flow chart, and then mix it with the strike throw game. Soul can hit some buttons and have some fun.
Soul can literally throw out like a normal and then just hit for 80%, and then it's like call it GG.
Hey, good game.
Day is done. Games are done. I got what I wanted.
That was always Leo to me. Just DPing, RC it, run it to the corner, smash it. It's like, okay, cool. That was such a fun set we had. I made one good call and I won.
Leo's another interesting character. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Leos here today.
Yeah, well, it's still early in the bracket. We got some ways to go.
Yeah, you know, it's still pretty early. Again, one thing to note again for everybody at home, there's just tuning in. The character diversity, starting off in our pool section, has been really enjoyable.
Yes.
We've been able to really enjoy. Baiken, Ino, Badman, which, again, characters that you either are super loyal to or you don't really see out there. So
yeah, and I will always highlight this about offline events. I love how character loyalists will always show up to their offline events because they're like, I am this area's this player.
Yeah.
I'm showing up. I'm doing my best, and I want to show everyone the tech that I've been practicing in the lab. Gonna come out to their locals. Do it as often as you can, and then you will be known as that person.
Yeah. I'm a little bit sad that I wasn't able to bring my Anji here, because I would have really wanted to be honest. It would have been really fun. But before that, let's go ahead and do a quick ad break, so don't go anywhere.
Keys.
We're back with some more Guilty Gear Strive here at Central Florida Face Off. We got our next match up on stream, and we are looking excited for it. We got, of course, Scambolini, like we've been talking about all morning today, probably one of the most highlighted players that we were looking for and looking towards as well. And then we might be looking at a Sin for our next matchup too, which is interesting. Father and son, Sin being the upcoming character for the Guilty Gear Strive anime. One of the main characters going to be traveling with Soul, as well as going to be facing off against Unica, which I hear there's some fan theories out there, but we won't get too much into it as our matches and players are getting ready and set up at the moment. The fist bumps are going through. Again, our players are readying up to play, and it is looking like it's going to be that Sin, who another character that has been also buffed recently as well. I would say, if not like the last patch, I would definitely say about patch before, one of the characters that was starting off as probably the weakest form that they've seen since Guilty Gear Xrd, but now coming into Strive, probably again one of the stronger looking meter usage characters in the game. So we'll see how it goes as our players ready up, and we're gonna probably let the intros flow through.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
And on one of the new stages as well, you might remember from Guilty Gear Xrd, one of Jacko's stages. And this is going to be Scambolini versus Urameshi. Cffo wondering what Soul has taught him today, as I'm pretty sure Soul being the not wanted mentor for Scambolini, not Scambolini, for Cffo. But here we go, already starting with the 2S, and this is pressure just defense to get the DP right back, but a DP response from Urameshi, and we're going to be able to block the DP response from Scambolini this time as well. And the side switch for the close slash, we got the elk step and the follow-ups right afterwards to continue using all of that stamina meter as it's going to slowly recharge back. And going to try to get the 6P. We do have the 2 heavy slash, tried to get the 2S follow-up, and this is going to be plus damage as well. We're just going to be out of the range, but we are able to take out Scambolini and take the first round for Urameshi. Good far slash here from Scambolini to follow up with the stun dipper, but Urameshi gets the DP, and we got the elk step, but it's going to get not hit confirmable this time around. And a faultless defense against the Spark. This is where you're going to see that strike throw situation from Scambolini, but it's going to get the OTG and set up for another shock state as well. Try to get a far slash after the overhead, but this time the close slash happens. We're going to go in to ride the lightning for the finisher and clean up. And tying up the rounds 1-1 between Scambolini and Urameshi. Great DP here in response to 2K. Wild Assault to follow up. And because of OTG pickups, gonna go for the projectile. Was a little bit, not too sure what he's trying to call out there. Just trying to get as much meter as possible and hopefully get the recovery from it before, but this is all Scambolini's corner. Gonna get the close slash with the full super projectile, and Urameshi is down for the count. Scambolini up 1-0 right now. Alright, Scambolini looking already super solid, made the adaptations that are needed. Again, the far slash into the wild assault, double wild assault by the way, to stop Urameshi from going for burst in these situations. There goes the close slash, elk step to follow up. Gonna cancel it and get the counter hit that's needed. And that's gonna be full conversion. Not gonna be enough to break the wall, but we is safe enough to FD, and Scambolini going for the purple RC drift upwards to keep it safe and still maintain the side switch. Burst usage from Urameshi, followed up by Scambolini doing the wild assault and getting the clean good arc, or the eclair, apologies, Purple RC again, it's gonna get counter hit from Urameshi. And again, these elk steps cancels at the last second. That stamina bar completely out, so that means anything that Urameshi threw out was gonna be punishable. And that's exactly what happened here for Scambolini to finish off. Beautiful DP from Scam. Gonna be able to follow up, gets Stun Dipper as the ender. Also catches Urameshi after the faultless defense because it was airborne. Gonna get the projectile overdrive to get the hard knockdown plus the shock state. There's the strike throw situation, and it is just chip damage at the moment. Tries to 5P, but the ending DP takes it away. And Scambolini confidently up right now, 2-0 against Urameshi.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Interesting choice here for the Scam to start off with the jump dust. Tried to see if Urameshi was going to go for a jump to start off on round. But it is Scam that's going to be leaving with damage. And again, that close slash was 2+ on the throw. But we have the stomp there from Urameshi. And again, Elk Step to keep it going. Plus frame after plus frame. Tried to 6P, but Scam's playing the defense on the jump. And the red RC is going to follow up to keep the damage going. Counter slash with the dash cancels right now. And Scam's going to end the DP for the wall break. Urameshi still with that burst meter. Not going to probably use it this time around. Oh, does choose to use it at the last second for a hero burst. But the purple RC, quickly cancelable, was going to punish it. And now, potential set point here for Scambolini. Bar slash. Gonna get Future Arc, and it's gonna land the hit in, so Urameshi is gonna also still be with that shock state after the wall break. And just pure 2K into the full damage. OTG right after goes for the projectile super as well again. Tried to go for a DP, it whiffs completely, and due to the slowdown from the response of Blue RC on Urameshi's side, not gonna work out. We have Scambolini with the Rising Lightning and for a counter hit to finish off as well. And Scambolini sitting with 3-0 confidently. You love to see it as Urameshi is heading down to the loser's side. I couldn't even get a chance to see what we were trying to promote there, but it's all good. As you can see, my partner YCry currently playing some Street Fighter. You know, you need that neutral. Even though Guilty Gear Strive has the air neutral and the reactions for the game. But like we were talking about again, Sin being this character that's so dependent on stamina bar and really works out well for plus frame situations, but as soon as you're out with that stamina bar, it's a little bit tough to make the comeback. We did see a couple of DPs in responses to some of the gaps that Scambolini was throwing out, but Scambolini made the adjustments, came through, cleaned up. I believe that was probably Scam's also first match of the day, if I'm not mistaken. So already sitting really strong and performing really well, as expected again, as being probably one of the top seeded players in tonight's bracket. But again, here at Central Florida Face Off, we have plenty of strong competitors, plenty of strong contenders, moving forward, making the runs and going through. So you want to see, you don't want to miss out on some of these intense matches for Guilty Gear Strive. Florida being one of the strongest regions for Guilty Gear. So it's really awesome to see how everything just kind of like flows together, comes together for these opportunities, especially for regionals and monthlies like this. That again, you know, the fact that you want to come out, support your locals, get more people to come out and play the game, educate people about Guilty Gear Strive and other games as well. It's a good time. And the vibes are immaculate. As you can see, earlier we were kind of a little bit empty as many players were coming in and starting to get set up. Now that the full monthly is opened, badges are being thrown out. You can see that the room is just filling up, and you're definitely going to find some good matches. I'm excited too myself. I'm going to be really excited to actually get some games right after this commentary, this block, because we're going to be able to, you know, meet some friends, get some more coffee milk, and also just get some of the grind going out there too as well. So it's an interesting time, and definitely something that I would recommend any person to really go forward through and do so. But back to Scambolini and Urameshi. Scambolini being the strongest Kai player out here. I would say probably one of the few Kai players that really make placements. You know, consistent in TNS Online. consistent in offlines. I believe was actually in top 3, if I'm not mistaken, for the Juicy Monthly that happened last week. I mean, how cool is it that you get to have multiple monthlies here in Florida? Like, that's pretty awesome. So, with that being said, that is, of course, you know, Scamboline being, again, a strong competitor. Urameshi, also very familiar with their name. I love the Sin. I love seeing Sin come out more often in Guilty Gear Strive, simply because with Sin, that's a character that a lot of people were requesting, but they didn't know how he would work here in Guilty Gear Strive. So it's nice to see that that's actually the case where, you know, those buffs really helped him. And what we mean by buffs is that it's less gaps in a lot of those stamina moves. So you have Elk Hunt, you have that overhead, you also have Beat Breaker 2. That's also something that's probably, I would say, like the biggest importance to a lot of Sin's neutral and starting up momentum. But looks like we're going to be heading down to the loser side of things. Devon returning. I'm not too sure who is on the other side, but I believe that might still be, it might be, I feel like I saw a Sin there, so it might be Urameshi. It is Urameshi and Devon again. So we're going to see that excellent Sin, more than likely going up against Devon's Johnny, who we saw earlier. Yep, there's that Johnny and there's that Sin. Ooh, this is, again, I love character diversity in today's bracket. It's all, it's consistent in terms of, like, it's back and forth. We're able to see, like, different characters that we usually don't get to see in top 8s or in just top 16s, just in general. And it's mostly because there are other characters that are probably either stronger or they're just starting to be more often, like Johnny and Sin being those 2 characters that are going to be appearing more often in tournament this time around. We're going to be hopping in. I think this might be a button check. Might not. Oh no, we're going right into the game.
Duel 1.
And this is your losers quarterfinal, so we are in this top 8 bracket. Devon and Urameshi. Go back and forth, gonna get that overhead gold burst from Devon. The 6P, but doesn't get the beat breaker. The jump P from Devon, but that is gonna be interrupted. The close slash counter after the 5K whipping. And there's the wild assault to break the wall. Okay, plus frames, Red RC to fully keep it safe. And we have that 2S from Devon, gonna get this close slash. Misfiner goes diagonally up, but not gonna be able to catch Urameshi. And there's the 2 heavy slash here. That's also gonna clean up shop right afterwards.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Alright, Mar slash. And there goes the stomp. That stomp is punishable, but you have to be very particular about that punishable move. So you can get 5K out of it like you just saw there from Devon. There's that dash cancel into the elk step. And again, stamina bar really low right now, but we're going to get the close slash. And that's going to go into another elk step, but we have the 2S. We're just going to have to dash up right after, and we successfully do so. And right now, Urameshi with the first game on the board against Devon's Johnny.
Mankind knew that. Duel 1.
Game number 2 happening on right now as Devon has to block right away as Urameshi is not letting Devon breathe for a second. Beak breaker going for the last hit, but we have the counter slash and forcing Urameshi to use their burst. Devon tries to go for the somersault, but not going to be able to. Does do 2P to anti-air, but we have a lot of these missed opportunities for hit confirmation. Okay, 2 heavy slash goes into Elk step. That's a reversal. And we're going to get the Johnny J on the screen for some damage. Beautiful stuff. Not going to even up the health bar, but just about now. The close slash getting a counter hit against Devon right now for Urameshi. And that's going to be enough to wall break. Oh no! Tried to go for a dust opportunity, but thankfully the close slash was able to anti-air Devon after the recovery. Very scary stuff. You don't want to play with your food on some of this stuff. Alright. Devon gonna go for the close slash, finally getting the upper hand. And I believe we're having another guest here to join us. Flycry, welcome back.
I am back for a little bit. They still got me locked in here, but it doesn't matter because I get to watch them strive in the meanwhile. Thank goodness.
locked in right now, just like Urameshi, who's able to jump over Devon's reversal. But Devon showing signs of life right now, finally getting the hit confirmations on some of these misfiners.
Oh, that's a really bad drop there. Going to get tossed into the corner and get wall broken. Oh, no. Actually going to hold the pressure. Going to get the break here and finish it off.
All right, Urameshi now up 2-0 against Devon.
Gosh, I love Sin. He's so fun in this game. I'm upset I got to miss this.
Sin's such a cool addition to the Strive path, to be honest. So I'm glad that you're able to at least catch some of these matches as they're happening. And this is a huge opportunity right now for Urameshi, trying to open up Devon, but Burst is fully used to keep Devon in the corner.
Check him with the instant. Keep it moving here. Break that wall. We're going to get normal wake up. Resets to neutral, but it doesn't matter when we slide right in instantly. Wow, yeah, got a weird hit. I wasn't sure if he knew how to confirm that either.
Big driver whipping at the last second, but hey, it still works, and now it's potential set point here for Urameshi. Overhead, and then elk step again. Just a slight delay. Oh, we're gonna go into the overhead really quick. And the slight walk up here from Devon, and able to get Misfiner as the last hit. Tried to call out with the air for Misfiner, backing away, throws out the card, but it's not going to be close enough to punish here.
Nice, and able to push him towards the corner. We want to get the set play going. Instead, we're going to do an empty close slash. Love that. I would have teched there too. I thought about grabbing myself.
Devon showing signs of life, but as they jump, gets hit by the close slash here from Urameshi.
Oh, very big plus frames here. We're going to just keep it our turn. Finally checks and at least gets out slightly unscathed. Oh my gosh.
Well, I think that was a backdash from Devon that got caught by the red RC, so that was what launched them. But we're going to wake up grab 2 frames on the ground.
He backed it.
Oh no!
And the counter hit too. Even got the second bit at life, but it doesn't matter. Oh, okay, it mattered a little, but that is just Guilty Gear. Wilding all around and then finishing it out there. Really good stuff by Urameshi.
Amazing stuff. You love to see the Sin gameplay. Sin Kisuke Gaming, once again, going to be the main character of the anime, rightfully so, right?
Yeah, it's definitely time. I actually wasn't aware of that. That's so awesome.
You didn't know? So
I'm honestly out of the loop with what the anime is going to be because I'm so excited to just see it on my Netflix front screen one day and just like feel a real sense of FGC pride.
I think it's actually on Crunchyroll.
Is it on Crunchyroll?
I think it's going to be on Crunchyroll.
I assumed it was Netflix with the Lucy, but it's fine.
No, it's all good. I really, so first and foremost, it's the same studio that did the story mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
That's pretty sick.
Or sorry, my apologies, not story mode. They did the animation for the 2-year anniversary, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
They already did, like, they already have some experience with the IP.
Good.
The second thing is, so it's going to be Sin and Soul right after the end of the story mode.
Yeah, so just like a straight continuation.
Straight continuation.
That's so smart. We need more story mode of this game, and frankly, I don't want to wait for them to make an entire another Guilty Gear for it, so it's a great idea. Make your anime, get some extra profit off of it.
It was really nice to see that that's what they did with, like, Delilah, for example.
Yeah.
And Bedman, like, here's why Bedman's back. And I found that interesting considering that, like, a lot of people were like, but wait, Bedman was dead. What do you mean that they're back? And then so it's going to have Soul, Sin, they're traveling as per usual, and Sin is supposed to go, either team up or go up against Unica, who hates gears. And Unica, there's some theories out there that Unica is a Justice reincarnation.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I'm like, we've definitely seen this same story in Dance. But speaking of a little different story, possibly a new Dance, I see Slayer on the screen.
Slayer, yay! I feel like I'm the only person that's happy that Slayer is, like, actually in the game.
Hey, as long as I'm not on the other side of that console, I'm excited to see him. And obviously, we've been talking up Scrambolini all evening, so it's just exciting to see them in here, period.
Yeah, Scambolini was the one who knocked Urameshi into loser, so we got to see, like, the father and son battle. But we're going to see father and grandpa, not necessarily grandpa of Kai, but just in
grandpa
general.
To all.
Yeah, grandfather to all is really what we're going to be able to see here. And Slayer being the character that can get these pile bunker loops, but wasn't close enough to actually get the full loop going. And already that strike throw happening from Scambolini.
Yep, and getting that electric state. Oh, good challenge there. Knew he did it just a little too late. Keeping the dashes across the screen really safe. We're going to get our pressure set up. It's cross up. Check him go towards the corner.
I love these pile bunker loops. That's going to be right the lightning and should. It doesn't clip!
But he's safe. He's safe. He's out. Did not get punished for it. Had to spend 100% meter for it. And we still have burst on deck. Oh, but just DPs it.
Woo! I love that overhead option. Goes ahead, gets away from the projectile to go ahead and lock it out. And we're still charging on that projectile, and because of it, Slayer was able to get the active frames off of the jump slash.
Yeah, and Scrambolini is going to make you respect his fall down pressure. Has DP'd 3 out of the 4 times he's been dropped so far, and one of them was a super. So
interesting opportunity to pick up off some of these OTGs. It was not for the kill, but at the very least, it's going to put in a good opportunity. But counter hit here.
This is going to hurt like hell.
Oh, so much. And pile bunker after the end. Close slash, another pile bunker to close slash.
That should do it.
Listen, I just want to say, I can kind of hear why a lot of people have been complaining about Slayer. They're like,
just block the cross up. Come
just
on.
block it. Just block it. You know, what's the problem? Just DP through it. What do you mean?
Yeah. As long as you don't make me do it and I can just say it on mic, just block the cross up. Come on, it should be easy as that. But Scrambolini getting started with a really strong conversion here. Not even going to spend the burst until the second hit. Or the second sequence, I should say.
Right, projectile here. Gonna go for the overdrive. Gonna be able to fully convert and
no
get the wall
DP!
break.
Oh, it's so unfortunate. Definitely would have killed with the optimal damage at the end there. Let's see if Scrambolini eats his words for not getting that DP input.
Already half a bar, counter hit again. We're gonna go into super, no. We're just gonna go with 5P, that's crazy. He didn't wanna go for it.
We're just gentlemaning it out right now.
Oh no, the jump slash.
And
we're the last horizon! Oh my gosh!
Keep him young. Let's go.
That's wild that we got to see the last horizon right there. That was so good, so smart there from Nizer.
And if Scrambolini is able to clean up the gameplay just a tiny bit more here, we will see less of that. But we have to get there first. Another great DP on Wake Up. Vanishing around this entire game plan right now. Starting off with plus.
Oh, this is not a good corner right now here for Nizer. Gonna try to block, try to press the button, but counter hit. And we go for the jump slash, so at the very least, Scambolini staying alive.
Yeah, doing such a nice job once it's their turn, has realized that NY0 loves pressing buttons. If they're able to just lock them down, keep their pressure really consistent, I have a funny feeling we're going to see some nice stuff. And great get through the fireball there.
Yeah, that 2D is so good. That's how you know this matchup. Pile bunker, because of the stat of the way Pile bunker works, automatic. Oh my god, wall break tries to get the blood-sucking universe, but doesn't land the hit and overhead again.
Nice pickup by Scrambolini.
Yes, big pickup right now.
Doesn't get the close slash there.
Okay, tried to get the jump slash for the trade. We tried to go for 2 heavy slash. It's not going to pick up here. Oh, super bubble!
Are we blocking? Are we blocking? We are. Good FD.
They could have kept it safe at the very least, but that didn't happen there from NY0.
Very interesting. Holds it down, still the last. Scrambolini tying it up.
I love this match already. This is like back and forth. 2 hard hitters at the very least.
Oh.
That's going to be a counter hit. Beautifully done.
Yeah, has his burst to keep it very safe, but might be a little hesitant to use that option in the next interaction. Let's see if these Guilty Gear players learn.
Okay, FD to try to get some pushback and then be able to jump in. Does so. Pile bunker and going to get the red RC. Loops. Oh no, drop the loop at the last second, but we have the far slash. And that stun dipper for you. Going to be able to get a hit confirm here.
So close on that crouching K to get the extension there. Love it. It doesn't matter when we get confirms like these.
NY0 a little too impatient in the corner, was trying to be a little jump heavy as well. Goes for the normal overhead, but unfortunately it's a little too slow.
And we're one touch away from breaking this wall. Has to continue this pressure, but finds a way out. NY0 not saying die yet. Has a good opportunity here.
Oh! Tried to continue. Beautiful block though from Scambolini. Gonna get the dash cancel right afterwards as well to You get the full corner push. 2D again from NY0, but this time gonna get hit by the DP and thrown.
Nice.
Yep, beautiful.
We're on set point here. Or no, that was 2-0 for Scrambling. Or 2-1. I'll get it right one of these times. It's not going to be anytime soon, though.
Slight backing away. Tried to go for Mappa.
We built a lot of space here. Not something that Slayer necessarily excels at, but can find you an option to break through the defense, spending all of our burst immediately. Toss him around. Good break. So much damage on this, too.
Okay. Purple RC cancel.
Quad overhead.
Ooh, but no! Gets opened up finally using burst, but gonna get caught by the jump slash. Scambolini understands how NY0 is playing, trying to jump in all the time. We're gonna contest all that as well. Easy stuff here going for Scambolini.
Yeah, has found the lock with certainty, but it is now up to NY0 to figure out how to get out of this. Nice, got the close slash there. Oh, it is gonna get the wall break this time. Was curious if they'd go for the reset.
Ooh, blue RC, and that slowed down the time as well. That's going to be enough to kill, and Scambolini with a double perfect.
Double P. Really locked in on that second game, or that fourth game. Oh my gosh. After the second game was completely locked in, ready to go. Monstrous play, and it's no surprise that they are one of the best in Central Florida, probably one of the best in Florida, and maybe even North America. Really, really nice stuff.
Really good stuff there from Scambolini, who made the adjustments. I really like the Slayer, though. That Slayer, that was winner's semi. So, again, NY0 is not out of it completely. We'll be heading down to the loser side. But still in top 8, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. We had our first losers quarters finals earlier with Devon and Urameshi. And then, of course, right now, we have, we were just finishing watching Scambolini and NY0, Slayer and Kai. Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh.
Masterful match. Really got to show off some of the offensive options of Slayer, and then, I mean, a really nice adaptation by Scrambolini, keeping everything safe, never giving an opportunity for you to pick your turn, just locked it down. I love that. I love when players are able to adapt in such an intelligent way that they can just run away with it, in all honesty.
I really enjoyed the fact that we got to see like Scambolini's adaptation in real time.
Yeah.
Like, usually some people are like, how did you adapt so fast to that? Well, exactly that. You could see the level of like, oh, Slayer? Okay, I understand. Oh, you're jumping a lot? I understand. Time to go ahead and contest those jump-ins, get those air-to-airs, and go back and forth on it. So really good stuff.
Yeah, and our audience at home couldn't see it, but we have a nice little side view here. I actually saw a cartoonish light bulb pop up right on the second game, and he's like, I got it. And then he never was touched again. Very, very solid play. So
we also saw NY0 pressing on a lot of, like, not good frames. Like, if you're getting hit by that projectile, you got to hold that. Like, you have to hold and just call out for the next time a throw comes out, or whatever unsafe option follows up as well from Scam. And that's a big thing too with Slayers, and you kind of pointed out too, the distance game is not Slayer's strongest suit, right? He wants to be up close. He wants to be able to do pile bunker loops. He wants to be able to solidify, like, hey, I am doing the damage on this side. We saw opportunities where to with punish, for example, NY0 was doing like overheads, but it just kind of like fell apart later on, not able to do it.
Yeah, very unfortunate. I want to give NY0 some real big props, because he was still finding good opportunities to press, even though I think we complimented Scrambolini enough on how well they were able to lock it down. Yeah. They were still doing a good job. It's just he's such a good player that he was not letting it happen at all. There were still really good options, like the 2D through the fireballs and a couple other instances where they were able to sneak their way back in, but never was able to find the level of pressure that they were at the beginning of that first game, where they were just running away with Slayer nonsense.
And it looks like we still have Baiken in the loop. Urameshi with Sin. And I'm trying to remember the name of this particular player. It's like on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, we saw it was our first match of the evening.
It was our first one, yeah.
And now it's completely lost me, so we'll see him in just a second here. But in the meanwhile, Sin and Baiken, really interesting one. Sin can hold the pressure, very consistent, but that parry can really stop if we get a little linear and we start doing the same loops over and over again.
Ooh, okay, starting off with the 2S. It's Lincoln Pat who was on with the Viking. Beautiful whip punish here from Urameshi to get the elk step and beak driver for the follow-up. We didn't even really need to use that red RC, but
Just
we
a little
did
bit of
just in
style.
case. Yeah. Okay.
Seeing we're starting off strong with some big overheads, breaking them down. Nice. I mean, it immediately falls into Lincoln Pat's lap and takes it.
Ooh, okay. I like that parry. That was such a smart play there from Lincoln Pat. Now starting to get some momentum from the jump slashes, but Urameshi responds accordingly, and we're going to be able to get the high-low.
Yeah, do not mess up your meaty overhead there. It's going to take 2/3 of your life bar and set you up for restand here. That's the mix. Not dealing with the tatami mat at all. We are not happy about it.
Gonna keep the follow.
Oh, nice.
Deflect shield. Who's gonna push back? We're gonna go into the cannon and the bounce as well. 6P though from Urameshi, and the jump slash to clean up. And good stuff here for the first game to go to Urameshi.
Yeah, we were looking for the close slash there, got the far one, messed up our combo, and Lincoln Pat kind of crumbled from there. But that is okay. It's just the first game. We got plenty of Guilty Gear left. Hold strong. Wow, what a challenge.
Really good
Not your
challenge.
player.
6P. Beak driver kept it safe with the purple RC. DP follow-up though from Urameshi. The parry again!
Not going to go with the 6P even once today. I love it. Oh, dropping, not moving forward on the combo there. Stuck holding still. You see why we never wanted that 6P to happen. Immediately, momentum shift in the Sin. Taking it the way the other side of the screen and finishing it up quick.
Lincoln Pat trying to catch up on damage and has been getting some of those combos in, but it has just been Urameshi who just has the longer combos and the longer hit confirms.
Yeah, I do feel like damage is being left on the table, and I'm a big stickler for that. We got to know our combos if we're showing up to bracket, but it's even more impressive when we get a close C there in corner.
Lincoln Pat needs to be able to win this. Gonna go straight into the reversal super, and it is gonna catch Urameshi in the middle of, I believe, doing a 6P.
Yeah, such a good button from Sin. Well, we might be able to pick up here for Wild Assault. Oh, no? Okay.
I believe that was trying to be going into Kabari, but the slow slash, or rather far slash, was able to catch Urameshi in the air.
A little bit of a break. Maybe should have 6P'd there, but the dash up parry working out again. Oh my gosh, I've seen this movie somewhere before. I must have it on DVD.
Far slash into the Tommy mat. FD to avoid damage. We're going to punish with the close slash, but burst from Lincoln Pat. This is a lot of help to catch up with. Gonna go 6P into Beak Driver plus Elk Step and get the Roman Cancel out to extend damage.
Nice, we're getting a little low on food on Sin's side, but we're gonna get some back here. Our hunger meter is fine. Oh, it doesn't matter when we trade with Slash. Yeah,
Very
really,
nice.
really not respecting the plus frames of the 6K there. It's not happening at all.
So technically, if I'm not mistaken, 6K or rather the stomp,
Yeah.
you can actually punish it if they do delay it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So like right here,
There
you
it
can
is.
see that Lincoln Pat's trying, but if you follow up with the 5K, it's just enough time to frame trap it.
Yeah. Nice, and we should, oh no, don't have the bar yet. I was looking at the wrong side of the screen. They're baiting me. And this will get another interaction we have seen before, punishing the 6P with super. Our player is very locked in.
Beautiful 6P. Yep, I love, you can tell. Yep. I really enjoyed that, like the confidence. That's how you know they're like, nah, we got our anti-airs on point.
Good, and as a Guilty Gear player, you absolutely need those. Such a strong option, universal to the entire cast. Oh, missed the meaty there. Could have actually gotten away with something, but instead we're going to get a wall confirm here. Real good stuff. Sin getting that positive bonus.
Great counter slash.
Viking going to get burst at the last moment.
Oh, there's the burst. Like you mentioned, Lincoln Pat utilizing it. Had to. Pixels of help situation. Gotta be careful with the Yoda's end. If you're gonna go for the punish,
Running the
my
buttons.
gosh!
Oh, no pickup there. Oh, but it doesn't matter when we get
No
counter hit
way.
like that. No!
No!
It's okay.
So unfortunate.
From the crowd, why did you drop it?
It's true. It was just a combo drop. We're going back to character select, though.
Hey, take a moment after one of those, both players kind of messing around. And
Milia?
my girl, let's go. Not my costume, though, but it's okay.
Milia, really?
Yeah. I mean, still an incredibly strong character in this meta. It's just she's a glass piece of paper. Like,
I know.
can die very quick against this nonstop pressure.
I wonder why, if you were doing so good with Baiken. This is a big change, especially for what could potentially be the last game, but we'll see here in a second.
Yeah. I'd love to see the adaptations that you've learned from the rest of this match being put into a new character. We got our quick, simple punishes. Yeah, Milia not really having a great option to get out of this type of pressure. Just has to kind of accept it. Needs to start dashing around the screen. Oh, got away with murder.
That was definitely, talking about drop combos in the corner. Why did Urameshi drop that? Goes ahead and gets the Rose out, but it is Urameshi who cleans it up. And now, potential set point, potential game point happening here for Urameshi, who gets hit by Hair Car.
Nice, good toss there. Wake up throw by Sin, very strong. Good option in this game. Wow, so confident to check with the punch there. Got their game started up. No dash. We are not getting our Okizeme started with Milia right now.
Ooh, just waiting patiently.
Make a move, do something.
Oh,
oh
no!
the controller. Oh,
Controller.
what good sport for actually holding it down and waiting for the controller to be reconnected. Yeah, you deserve that one though.
Yeah, it looks like Lincoln Pat's gonna try to take this round. Or at least very minute take that situation.
Final hit of burst here. It does have 200% meter, doesn't confirm, and it doesn't matter though. A little bit of a silly instance in the last game.
Heartbreaking
that is it.
there. That is the loser side of things. That is going to be Urameshi moving on. I think that was losers quarters. No, that couldn't have been. I think that might have been loser semis.
There's a lot of heckling going on in the crowd, and
it's just again, why go to Milia? The Baiken was working. The drop in the combo, exactly. It was so heartbreaking.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think that was loser side, so we don't get another opportunity to see the Milia. Broke my heart, but it is okay. At least she showed up in this bracket, even for one game. I appreciate the heck out of that, but yeah, I do think the Baiken was off to a really good start.
It was so
good.
Really it was just that drop combo.
Yeah.
It was just that drop combo. But up next, we're gonna go.
All right, and they're stealing me again for Street Fighter 6. It's okay. This will be quick. Somebody's gonna kick me out of this bracket finally.
With that, you're back with me, Saki Sakura. We're gonna have up next our next players. Scambolini, are you gonna join me? Oh my gosh, let's go!
It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great time. How's it going?
Good. How's it going with you, my guy?
I am doing great. I'm doing great. Hanging in there, hanging there.
You were cooking against that Slayer earlier.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Slayer's the kind of character though that no matter what, you can never really count him out.
No, you can't. You can't.
So you always kind of have to give a game to him. You know what I mean? There's a kind of tax to
That's actually what I
him.
was like figuring out when you were playing against them. I could kind of tell like, okay, I need to see how this particular Slayer is playing. Like,
yeah.
And we were just talking about it too, where like you were so like you could see the adaptation happening right in like real time, and you just contesting the air like non-stop every time that jump slash was happening.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just about learning the approach option, because that's the thing about Slayer, right? His biggest thing is the mobility.
Yeah.
He always hits really hard, but the biggest thing is kind of like Johnny a little bit.
Yes.
Where he struggles against like his approach option. So if you're able to shut down a Slayer player's approach option, your chances of winning go astronomically higher than if you just let him get in, and then he mixes you, does a left, right, high, low, and then he does like 1 or 2 pile bunkers, and then next round we go, right?
So speaking of Johnny,
Yes.
Parrish being probably the Axel of the day for sure.
Yeah.
Doing really good with Axel from earlier matches. Very clean cut. I feel like when it comes to how they've been playing. And then, of course, Johnny, I'm not too sure for this player in particular, but nice to see some more Johnny representation out here.
Yeah, Merrick,
bracket.
I believe he's been going out to the Wednesday locals that we've been having here in Central Florida. So shout-outs to Juicy's, shout-outs to the Wednesday locals here. This is going to be interesting because they're both kind of zoners, right?
Right.
But one is more of a full-screen zoner, and the other one kind of wants to keep you contained in a little box while he zones you. So it's going to be really exciting to see how these kind of zoning matchups play out.
Most definitely, especially with like that recent buff for Johnny helping quite a bit on that full screen side of things, but still, again, setting up the cards, getting this miner, and starting up the momentum right here. Not letting any opportunity for Parrish to start up, but getting counter hit in the process and using Burst, the first player to use Burst in this situation.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting because, again, he's trying to force his way in. The vault, though, no PRC, but we sent it anyways, right?
Well, that's a corner position here that Parrish is going to take advantage. Does miss the follow-up from the Rengeki, but we are going to anti-air and let the Roman Cancel continue to get the full corner. Hopefully, yep, there it goes.
Hard knockdown. I didn't see a card setup, though, but we still got wall break.
Yes. Plus 2 bars to work with in this next screen. Blue RC, though, on the side of Parrish, apologies. And Merrick just now getting that 2-bar situation.
Oh, the tap dust, but no meter to convert, but he still gets the hit anyways.
Yeah, Parrish, I would say, has been very mindful of a lot of using their tension and also just trying to convert as much as possible in some of these tap dusts. Great throw tech, though.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to find a more creative approach on the Johnny, right? Because his biggest thing is setting up the card, making him have to block a guard crush 50-50, right? But you can't 50-50 if you can't get in, right? So.
Well, I think we were able to win this 50-50 this time around, and we're going to be able to get the overdrive as well. The Johnny J showing up on the screen for both a wall break and a hard knockdown on this next section.
I'm curious how the offensive sequence is going to work out here. Vault RC, of course, that's the Johnny Classic. These are all good blocks, but you can't block forever.
No, you cannot, especially when you're also going to lose out to Chip, too, in those situations. And we start off with, I believe it was the bar slash into the Wild Assault.
Get a nice wall break. Yep, get a nice wall break, get positive bonus here. Oh, counter hit's going to send him all the way to the corner. Oh, try to utilize the new buff, but it didn't work out this time.
Nope, it did not, and that's going to lead into Parrish now getting control of this corner. And Wild Assault, we saw it earlier, Wild Assault being an opening opportunity for Parrish, and just non-stop pressure. 2K, 2D, tried to go for the throw, but beautiful jump K from Merrick, who's going to Roman cancel and be able to go back to mid-screen.
Gets the hard knockdown, gets the card. Ooh, nice throw. No RC to convert, though. Let's see. Oh, nice pick up super, but let's see what happens.
Purple RC to get go under as well to cancel out, but it's just not enough. And even Parrish is like, I didn't know what I could do there.
Yeah, because the height of the Johnny player was a little bit too high for the circle to kind of hit, so they kind of enter like a really PRC scramble scenario. Next match we go.
Oh, unfortunately, the explosion whipping completely. That's going to be Parrish using Burst. We're going to get that counter hit going, plus the catch-up on Merrick. And beautiful kick there from Merrick, but not going to convert off of it.
Yeah, I really like Merrick holding on to the burst, right? Because he knows that at the end of the day, his best way of winning the game is to try to use Wild Assault. That is the bursting first interaction, right? Gets the nice counter hit. That's my game for the super wall break.
You were talking about it earlier. It's that opportunity to open up Parrish. You can't rely on the 50-50 all the time because, again, you have to be able to get in. So the next step here for Merrick is using Wild Assault to make sure that that first interaction off round start can corner carry, we get our positive bonus, we get that meter back, and we can work around with resources.
Exactly, exactly. Oh, the command grab, though. Full screen beats the full screen super. Got to block rainwater. That move is so obnoxious. I got to be honest with you. I hate this move so much. But here we are once again in the corner. Side swap. Nice bait on the burst.
Okay, we see it right now. Merrick going to be able to get the charge tap dust for some of the extra damage, as well as that wall break. Blue RC to slow down Merrick, though, after the backdash, and now Parrish, 2K2D, tried to go for the command grab, and it was going to whiff. YRC on the board.
He just needs one hit. This is getting down to the wire. Good job for Merrick. Another one for the Johnny boys.
I love this Johnny gameplay. This is exactly what you should be doing for a matchup. You want to be able to get those round starts. You want to be able to get that pressure. You want to make the Axel uncomfortable and make the Axel play perfect on this side of the board.
Exactly. Again, much like Johnny, but on the flip side, his whole deal, right, is that he has to keep you out, but he has limited ways to keep you out. So it's always impressive when Axel does play well. But here we have a safe jump that baits the super.
And we're going to jump over the second part of it to punish, force the burst from Parrish. And doesn't get the card though, and that's going to be a punish from full screen. But we have the vault and misfire for plus frames. Another vault to catch the backdash, and now you're back in the corner.
Yeah, 50 meter, but it's going to be interesting to see how he gets in though, because it's looking pretty rough at the moment. Gets caught by the command grab, and that round's going to go to Parrish.
Yeah, you can see that that hyped him up a bit for sure. Getting that win.
Yeah, you always need some kind of momentum starter, right? You're down 2 games, you need to win some kind of way, you know? Playing some neutral here. I saw the vault start up, but he gets clipped. He's back in the corner now. Axel pressure starts with the rainwater. Good bait. Good jump on the throw.
Here goes the card setup. Tries to go for the low. Beautiful instant overhead, and that's going to be good cancels for the wall break. Going to get the dust as well.
So we move on to the area shift here, but you're back full screen against Axel. He's got the super card ready and loaded, but yeah, Vault PRC makes a bit more sense than that.
Yeah, Merrick going to be able to get that anti-air, and beautifully done. That's going to tie up the rounds, I believe, for both of these.
Now Merrick's on set point. Oh, the 2K going underneath the bar slash, the 2H. Oh man, these Axel ones go kind of crazy sometimes.
Oh, command grab, but it's going to get whipped at this time. Able to stop. We have the Vortex in and the side switch again. Red RC. And Merrick's going to use burst this time. Parrish not going to go for any burst baits and push back into the corner. FD goes in the air to try to jump out, but we have to use burst to get out of that pressure, especially with such a health lead.
He's got such a health lead, but oh, nice. Oh, the throw OTG. Oh
my gosh. Rainwater for the last chance. Rainwater to just get it clean, even though an OTG could have killed him that opportunity.
I was going to say the 2H OTG would have done the job, but luckily the rainwater chip damage did just the same. On to, what is this, game 4? Game 4, here we go.
Yeah, game 4.
Weird kind of close slash pickup there, but ooh, Axel kind of running in there. Whiff throw, car setup, nice block.
Okay, does interrupt the vault and gets the command grab ender for the hard knockdown. A counter hit off of the jump slash. And we're back to Rengeki with the explosion twice in a row.
Ooh.
You are getting hit by a command grab plus opportunity to time stop. Yup, gonna get those Axel bombers. Yup, at least one for the wall break.
At least one more for the wall break. But Maris got 100 meter for this new neutral here. I'd like to confirm, but I feel like he could have gotten a bit more with that meter.
I agree. There could have been a little bit more there, but we're going to go ahead and reversal super off of the whip throw. And Merrick still with that full burst. Not going to use it this time around. Going to go into this next game with it.
Nice ball. He gets back to him for his troubles. Gold burst, but it whiffs because rainwater is, what a great move.
It's just like Stun Dipper, right?
Yeah, exactly. Super wall break, right? We go to the next area here with positive bonus. Johnny's post wall break setups aren't the best though, so I'm really curious what his option in here to do is.
Yeah, I was figuring there was going to be the jump slash. That does whip, but we have the backstep into the kick. And that should be the ender of things, and it is.
Luckily, he held on to burst. Sometimes people, when they feel confident winning a round, they'll hear a burst there, but I'm glad that he held on to the burst there.
Yeah, Parrish has been very mindful of using burst in situations, but oh my gosh, unfortunately, gonna get grabbed. Does get the gold burst this time, but the far slash, oh my god!
Got a card there, you gotta watch your toes. Wall break, charge dust.
Yep.
About one hit away, but a far slash, misfire, and a dream can come true.
2 bars right now for Parrish. Again, like you said, a dream can instantly go for the side switch.
Oh!
No! Did the cheeky back air dash back as well to mix up Merrick. And again, 2 bars, time stop. Goes for the burst. It's still there. Oh my gosh!
Oh!
Beautiful stuff from
That was
Parrish.
crazy. That might have been the hypest clip of Axel in 2024.
Most definitely. That's a clip for socials, for sure.
And now we've tied up the set 2-2, so going into game 5, nerves are going to kick into the maximum. So got to make every chance you get count, because he was up 2-0, but just like that, momentum shifted. In 2 games, you're now down. So now it's all tied up. Got to make your chance to count.
I really want to appreciate the fact that you were talking about it, how Parrish can really make a comeback here, can really set the entire tide of things if played correctly. And so far, yes, there's been a couple of back and forth rounds, but Merrick not able to finish out that last round for the win. Now it's all coming down to this game 5 and see if that cleanup can happen. Parrish gonna get hit by the misfire in the air, having to force to use the burst. As also Merrick was trying to use, I believe, a wild assault for a follow-up.
Yeah, so I was going to say that usually if you can block an orange wild assault character's wild assault, usually that's a win for you, because that's just them using their meter, and then you're able to block it. But we see a wake-up super here. Didn't work out as planned. Now you got to block a little bit. Oh, nice blocks. Oh, got caught in the toes. Merrick once again on set point.
All right, let's see if Merrick can clean up or Parrish can make something happen here. Just about to hit that halfway point for the burst. And there's the counter hit, gonna be able to bring through. And again, that cheeky air dash back to open up.
That has been working every time here. Tap, dust off the wild assault. Nice wall break for Parrish.
And Parrish now on the pause effect, getting the 2K to interrupt the dash from Merrick. And the air-to-air, and you can see here, ending with the perfect. And now final game, final round between these two.
That's right, final game, final round. But Merrick's up on burst, though. Oh, but he has to use the burst already. I was going to say that if he kept his resources played out correctly, he might be able to get momentum started. But
okay, and be able to get the command grab ender for the hard knockdown rainwater to follow up. Flawless defending, but rainwater counter hit again.
Oh, nice! The verticality of the super there was able to catch rainwater. A lot of supers actually whiffed there still, but luckily Johnny, not a bad super.
The double jump, good idea, but wasn't going to be able to convert off after the hit landed. Misfinder from the mid screen. Volt gets interrupted, and there it is, Parrish solidifying the Game 5 win in a fantastic form, a reverse 3-0, I believe.
It was a reverse 3-0, and just like how we talked about with the Slayer matchup previously, and Johnny, again, his biggest weakness is the mobility. He has a committal step dash, the air dash isn't the best, and even right there, he tried getting in with the Vault RC, right? And so if you're on your toes, if you're aware, you just look out for those particular options, and as we saw there at the end, sniped out the Vault.
Are you excited to face against the Axel this time?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, again, a lot of people don't really come out to the Wednesday locals here. I believe only Merrick is the only person here that I played against before. So I'm really excited to play against all the competition here. I'm always excited to have more and more people come out. I didn't even know that this event was happening until just the other day.
Really?
Yeah, really. So my biggest thing is just making sure that people are aware that the event's actually happening, because a lot of people are really cool, and like a lot of people are willing to come out to a lot of events. They just don't know that's happening.
Yeah, I feel like that's always the problem when it comes to like offlines. It's like, oh wait, they're happening. Let's try to get out there, or oh, I found out too late, I can't make it out. But I'm happy to hear that you made it out here, and first and foremost, basic commentary. With that in mind.
Yeah.
It's really nice to hear like players kind of like looking at it from a really player like I played this game too many hours side.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I have too, but it's kind of different when you've been like consistently placing and you see the vision beyond just the back and forth interaction or what exactly that character's trying to do as an overall game plan.
Yeah, no, it's always a pleasure. I believe this is our first time commentating. I'm not really a commentator, so I'm always glad to be able to do multiple functions within the community. It's always a pleasure. I'm glad that you made it out today as well. Yeah, the back and forth interactions are one thing. The next step is about understanding the future game plan ahead, right? It's kind of like chess a little bit in that regard, or many other kind of sports like that, where you play for the thing at the beginning, but you have to look maybe a step or 2 steps, or depending on how advanced the player skill is, maybe 3 or 4 steps ahead. So it's always a pleasure to talk about that.
Yeah, you showed that off, especially for Merrick going for the wall break and then saying like, hey, Johnny's next stage wall break, not necessarily the strongest in the game. the best thing that you're going to probably see here is like that safe dash, safe jump into going for like a jump slash and try to open up with an overhead. But again, there's not really much that Johnny can do on that next stage. So really good to hear just like that this is going to happen. It's not the best, but we're going to try to make it work with it.
Yeah, and it's always nice to make sure that the viewers at home as well can easily kind of follow along with the action, right? Guilty Gear is a very fast-paced game, and a lot of times people are like, what's happened? And this guy did this, and this guy did that, but it's all kind of jumbled up, and it's very colorful too, so sometimes things can get distracting, or you can lose kind of pace of what's happening, especially with how fast like the RC mechanic is in this game as well.
RC counter hit, because
Exactly.
literally counter hit takes up the screen. So, you know, as impacting as it is, I would say that I think that's like the overwhelming part of Guilty Gear for a newcomer is getting used to like this game's gonna really be in your face when
Exactly.
something happens. You gotta just be like ready. Your reactions just gotta be on time.
Exactly. So it's always nice to be able to have viewers at home be able to follow the action, because ultimately that's what we're here for, right? We're here to have viewers be able to follow the action, be able to understand and explain how things are happening mid-game. So that's always a pleasure.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, I feel like with the way this bracket's been going, first and foremost, I mean, I kind of expected you to be here on Winners Finals side.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
turn this part of commentary to like a quick player interview
Thank you.
while we're waiting for our next match. But I mean, like, kind of coming into this, how excited are you to see like different characters? Because I know we always talk about the heavy top hitters, right? Like Chaos, Ram, Nago, you know, the whole 9 yards, right?
Yeah.
Like, what about you? Like, how are you feeling being able to see character variety?
Again, like I said, the only person I played here before is Merrick. Just a very solid Johnny player, as we just saw last match. So I'm really excited to play against a variety of different characters. I'll be straight up honest with you. I think my least favorite character is probably Happy Chaos.
Same.
But
No worries, no
that's just a
worries.
little bit of player bias in me. But I'm really excited to play against all different kinds of players, all different kinds of characters, because one of my favorite things about Guilty Gear is that different players can play the same character, but quite differently, right? So even though I play Kai, even amongst the Kai players, I may be under the more aggressive side of things, right? A lot of Kai players are more defensive or neutral based. I'm a bit more aggressive, even though we all play the same character, and that's what I really like about the Guilty Gear. Tongue-tied. That's what I really like about Guilty Gear in general, is that you can pick the same character, but a different player can have a different approach to it. So I'm really excited to play against a multitude of different players.
One other question I got for you is because I know you have a soul as a backup.
I do have a backup soul, because everyone does, right?
Right,
It's Guilty Gear Strive.
I just want to say, like, when do you feel like is probably the most optimal to like use soul? Is it like really for you matchup based, or just how you're feeling?
It's a little bit of a player matchup, actually. To be honest, some people are really able to withstand the Kai offense, right? Because Kai he just bids and throws, right? And his ability to actually mix you up or open you up is reliant on maybe like tap dust. But that's not always the best way. But Soul, on the other hand, you know, he's got access to powerful tools like Bandit Revolver, RC, into the double overhead or into fast low. And he also has a really oppressive close slash, right? His close slash as a starter, as a pressure starter, combo starter, is one of the best in the game, to be honest. And he melts you. He makes you really pay for every kind of wrong defensive option that you make. So Soul is the kind of character that I like to play against certain players.
Okay.
Because certain players are a bit more active on their defense, how I'll say. So Kai, he can hit you a decent hard, but depending on your defensive option, he may not make you pay for it the same way that Soul can.
That's so very true, because a lot of the times I feel like what Kai does is great pickups more than anything, especially off of like OTGs. You can get so much value off of them. And then, you know, that's why you have that strike throw, you have those hard knockdown situations, you have shock state, so much to work with. Speaking of so much to work with, we got Urameshi Sin. And I believe we're going to be able to see the Johnny again from Merrick. So this is going to be Merrick versus Urameshi.
Yeah, so Johnny versus Sin, right? So both of their buttons kind of have a very similar range, right? But in my opinion, one of them just got overtuned and one of them just got a little bit undertuned. So we're gonna see how the new patch balance is gonna shake out here. I'm excited mostly because I love DPs. I'm a DP kind of guy, so I love to see when DPs rock, because it really shows the next layer of the mental game, right? You have to be able to respect DPs now that they're throwing vuln, which is so huge. You can't DP RC anymore. but now they have throw-in vulns. So if you want to bait out a DP, you have to either have a safe jab, safe jump, or you have to just hold down back to be able to block it out, and that's it.
I think that was a big, especially for Kai players too, big change that was like, okay, we can't do the RC anymore, which there goes our cool combos, but at least now we can kind of just like, all right, it's either really punishable or you just didn't get your throw out. But we got it. Merrick already starting up with the Misfiner. Urameshi FD and trying to get out of that opportunity, but it's going to get hit by all of that Misfiner and get wall splatted.
Yeah, a lot of these resets, right? So you got a couple of pickups, he baited the burst, and then you got a reset with the card pop again to continue the pressure, right? Because Johnny is a very momentum-based character, so it's important that once you get your hit, you kind of keep the snowball going.
Beautiful backdash from Merrick. Called out that the stomp into 5K, not necessarily real enough that you can at least be able to escape that situation and then go ahead and punish for it.
Yeah, again, one of the things about Johnny's movement, right, is that even though his air dash and his forward dash are not the best, his back dash is something remarkable. So you're going to see a lot of back dashes from Johnny players for sure.
You can already see Merrick just so in the momentum, locked in, getting those counter hits, setting up the cards. There goes the Volt, and that is going to be a counter hit to force Urameshi on the burst. Hasn't even got in touch, and there you have it. Perfect for the first game on Merrick's side.
And honestly, that looked almost picture perfect for Johnny, right? He had so much control of neutral. He had the card out almost all the time, which meant that his pressure was always a threat to the Sin player, right? So it's really important that as Sin, you have to prevent the card from coming out. Or if the card's out, you got to play your best around it. Because if you block card, he's already getting in there.
Yeah, there was that interrupt on the card, but wasn't close enough to fully convert. But we do have Merrick who is able to, and the reset going into the wall spot plus this overdrive. That's going to be some significant damage as we go into the next hard knockdown situation.
The momentum is all in Merrick, to be honest. There's a nice hit confirmer to super. Wall break not even necessary for the damage here. He's up around on game 2 already, so this is looking pretty fast-paced. I'm going to need to see some very active control of the neutral here in offense from Sin, which is what we're seeing right now. He's in the corner, but he got knocked down. Side switch.
Not only that, that stamina bar. Earlier, Urameshi was facing against players that really didn't take note of that, so Urameshi was able to play pretty comfortably. Now, that resource is being used up consistently, and when you are in a situation where you're at the advantage, but you don't have that bar, you're going to get into this situation for Merrick, being able to capitalize and take back control.
Exactly, and as we were talking about it, we kind of just saw them move from one corner to the next, and now we're back in this corner.
Yep.
It's a very fast-paced match, folks.
There goes the Volt.
RC.
Oh, okay, this is a good counter hit from Urameshi. Going to use the Roman cancel to be able to continue, but drops it, but still picks it up with the close slash.
Definitely could have wall broke there. I definitely see the vision for a kill there, but luckily the drop was just a happy little accident.
Yep. Trying to empty against that guard break, but this is Urameshi now able to get the stomp. Called out the backdash, but doesn't get a hit for it. Just waited patiently after the stomp.
Yeah, the other layer of Johnny pressure is the misfire cancels, right? So you saw there for a little bit, he just kind of did normal and the misfire cancel, and you kind of have to respect a little bit because in this version of the game, they added the new counter hit effect to all the misfires. So that means that if you are a bit too hastily, you're going to get counter hit. He's going to get a full conversion. As I was saying that, there's a wall break. 2H gets a counter hit. There's a burst.
Merrick can play pretty quickly. Oh, we're just going to dash right in and get the grab to end. I liked what I saw there from Merrick. Knows that, again, the DP can't be throw invulnerable anymore. So just kind of like closed in and tried to bait out whatever Urameshi was going to throw for a DP. We're going to switch to Elfelt now, which is another character that also got buffed in this patch.
Yeah. So Elfo is one of the characters that Arc System Works has deemed not performing as intended or is lacking in their latent potential. So they're trying to bring that out of her, and honestly, they kept the Rekka the same, which is definitely her strongest trait,
yes,
right, is the Rekka. So she can go high, low, or even she can throw reset in the block string. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that pressure works out.
And that full move right there, just able to catch in the air because of such the granular hitbox. And there's that Rekka, like you mentioned, super strong in the corner, especially after Heavy Slash.
It's definitely her most defining feature. It's what gives her all the mix of potential over offensive pressure, all the respect to the opponent. But Merrick's still controlling the pace of the neutral here, and that's the moral of the story, right? It doesn't matter how good your offense is if you can't get in.
Yeah, you could have all of that offense. You could be like in good control in the corner. The minute that you lose your momentum and your neutral, that's it right there. Merrick on set point right now. Look at that cold stone face, just comfortable
He's
in this
locked in.
matchup.
He was, after the end of that Axel set, he was a little upset, I could see. So, but now he's locked in there for sure.
Already opening up with the overhead vault. Going on the other side, not even letting Urameshi get a hit in. Going to be using purple RC for that 2P, but already Urameshi going to get the full blast at the end and try to projectile. Force
There's the
burst.
burst.
Yep.
Counter hit, goes into the card super. Oh, he's still alive though, he's still got a chance. RC, anything's possible. Nice block. Oh, the 6P that beats the Rekka, right? So.
Yup. A lot of people get confused on when to press on Rekka, and I was actually streaming, and I was like, how the heck do you deal with this? Like, what is it that you're supposed to do on this Rekka? And they told me it's not really real unless it's off of far heavy slash, which is her shot. That
Yeah,
short shotgun.
the shotgun blast, and then off of the 6H, like the
Yes.
move like she trips over. So really, in order to do it with the Rekka, you have to look at the move prior.
Yep.
So it's one of those kinds of things where the move itself is not really what you're looking at. You should be looking at the move that they use to try to get into it. So whether it be a 2H, you can 6P there. And then, like you said, if it's not off of the 5H or off of the 6H, there's a good chance you can 6P, as we just saw Merrick do,
Yes.
to close out that set with a very convincing 3-0.
Very convincing, and again, knowledge of what to do in that situation. Any other player would have probably been super uncomfortable in getting hit by like that Rekka over and over again. Not Merrick. Merrick's just like, I'm locked in. I want to get back to at very minimum grand finals. Like, let's get back there and try to work towards that goal.
Yeah, you definitely see the confidence and the assertiveness that he was playing with in that set rather than the Axel set. There's a lot of a little bit more scrambles in the Axel set. There was a bit more of like hesitation,
Yes.
not committal, right? But in this set, even though he may not have been familiar with the characters like as well, definitely more committal, right? And one of the biggest lessons that modern fighting games and Guilty Gear Strive was going to teach players is that you have to commit. You have to learn to accept your choice for what it is. You just got to make the choice. Got to commit. You can't dibble dabble on, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? No, you got to make a choice. You got to commit, and it'll work out just like that set.
I feel like Guilty Gear Strive is the best game to show that truthfully. I don't know about like, let's say like Street Fighter or Tekken, but I feel when I look at Guilty Gear, the minute you're hesitant, you already lost.
Yeah, it's pretty tough, especially because the damage is so high and there's such a strong emphasis on counter hits, right? As you mentioned, counter hit takes up like half the horizontal screen space. So the emphasis on counter hits, the high damage means that any kind of accidental hit just turns into like a whole mosh pot of just problems that are coming your way after.
Most definitely. I feel like this might be the Bedman that was here earlier.
Oh, there's a Bedman.
This might be Bedman.
That might be hype. He got a lot of changes, right? And
Yes.
arguably the most notable change is the JS. So the JS has a vacuum effect on it, which is a very, very, very rare effect. I don't know, about in many other games, but generally speaking, especially 2009 forward, getting a vacuum effect on a hit is very rare. And in this game, you got a couple of hits. You got Slayer 2S, and then they added it to the Bedman JS, and it really opens up a lot of his offense and a lot of his neutral, because a big complaint was his conversion ability in last patch.
Yes.
He would get a bunch of straight hits, but he's a character that needs to steamroll you. He has a really strong offense, and his neutral's okay, but if he can't make the transition from the neutral to the offense, it's a bit tough in those matchups. So in this version, they gave the vacuum effect on the JS, and I think it does wonders for the character.
I totally agree with you. That was actually something that I was mentioning to Y-Cry earlier when we were seeing this Bedman. I believe this is a Beefy McWhat now, if I'm not mistaken. The fact that you can convert, it's not just about converting into your regular normals and into your regular specials. It's those follow-ups that help you not only on both offense to keep you safe if your player or opponent is defending too much, but it's also, again, that conversion. So I'm actually curious to see how to handle someone like Axel here from Birdly. And we'll definitely check that out now.
Yeah, because the thing is that Bedman, he's got a really strong projectile, but Axel is one of the game's premier zoners. So it's going to be tough to kind of keep him full screen, as we just saw with the Johnny Axel set. So I'm going to expect something very similar where the Bedman's going to have to really make a strong approach.
Yeah, White Wild Assault to try, but White Wild Assault again this time around to be able to close in, and there's that offensive that we were talking about, already setting up the opportunity despite the deflect shield. So much chip taken from Birdly, and we're gonna go into the install to get that lightning, but gets hit by the command grab into an Axel Bomber loop, but not gonna be able to fully recover from it. There is the jump heavy slash, and that should be it there for Beefy, who was able to pick it up after the drop on the Axel Bomber.
Jump heavy slash is so tough because, again, it's a really long multi-hitting move. I think it hits 6 times, so
Yes.
at any point he can cancel any of those hits into like a fake move and then go low. So you have to be really careful and trying to fuzzy the best that you can on all those highs. It's a back throw here for the troubles, not a proper meaty. Now we're getting the pressure here.
That is going to be guard broken. Again, there goes the explosion. You had to burst there to just get off. Beautiful anti-air, but not going to convert from it.
Got the 5P counter hit from full screen, but didn't get a conversion. White Wall Assault may be nerfed, but it's still invincible.
Okay, we jumped over the overdrive, but we aren't going to be able to fully because of the big hitbox, I think, from Bedman.
Yeah, Bedman's kind of a big boy, right? So he's prone to getting hit by things like that, even though we've seen prior that if you just jump it, it should normally whiff. Bedman, he's kind of big. Multiple overheads hit. This should be the round, maybe.
Again! We were able to FD it, but not going to be able to follow up. At least we still had that projectile from the drill.
With punishing the 2S, right? Yeah, when I tried playing Axel for a little bit here, it's always important to try to keep all your anti-airs in order, right? The 2S is only that vertical, it's not really horizontal, so you're going to get whiff punished if you're not looking out for that.
That was an interrupt, though, from Birdly onto the White Wild Salt, and the Tornado again, so now Beefy has no burst meter to use for White Wild Salt, one of the key ingredients to actually go in. But now we're finally able to catch up here. Gonna go for the red RC fast cancel. There's that vortex vacuum effect that you were mentioning off of the jump slash.
It's so powerful. It lets him do a bunch of jump, pressure resets. It lets him control neutral better. It lets him just do a bunch of more stuff. But there it is again. It lets him get a really strong pressure game started. This should be the kill.
It hurts so much when you see a Batman like working the whole chessboard pretty much. It hurts so much to see because it's like overwhelming. And you can see that right there, Beefy's just playing patient, letting those arrow follow-ups happen, and then trying to get those projectiles to go. There's that anti-air, beautiful. Not going to get the close slash hit, but we are going to get that guard broken as well and back into full screen.
Yeah, I can't believe what I'm seeing here because I thought that the Axel would be able to zone out the Bedman, but honestly what's been happening is that Bedman's been able to harass him with the air projectiles and then forces the Axel player to commit to an offensive approach, and then you capitalize on the open middle there. And now the tide is turning once again. Bedman in the corner against Axel. This is pretty tough. Axel has very few defensive options. Once he gets overwhelmed, especially against a character like Bedman, you pretty much have to use your burst or deflect shield very wisely.
You mentioned deflect shield. It was an interesting choice in that situation because even though the deflect shield did push back Beefy, the air follow-ups was still able to follow up afterwards and continue momentum. So by the time Beefy went back to that corner, it was already Beefy's corner still. So we're seeing that here where those follow-ups that keep happening, Birdly could try to dash block as much as possible, but still getting zoned out by it.
Still getting zoned out once again. I cannot believe my eyes right now. This is something that I've never seen in Guilty Gear so far, which I love this game for that reason. You'll always see something new no matter what.
The overhead, gonna catch it after the recovery on the jump, and we're just gonna go for a safe jump into the low. Guard broken. Blue RC to stop the head follow-up.
This is pretty tough because, so you just gained them the meter advantage there, but still, Axel's got nothing to work with. It's tough to make the comeback like that.
Potential set point. Look how locked in Beefy is. Ready for it. Gonna get hit by
honestly, I'm glad that you said he's locked in, because honestly, I thought that he was kind of bored with the, with the set. He looked so out of it.
He's like, this is just another day in Bedman matchup.
But honestly, that's kind of good, though, because sometimes it works better for certain players to just think of it, like you're playing at home, right? That you're just kind of in the zone, right? It's another day at the office, right? Got to play with a certain level of confidence and an assertion. And here we go. Once again, Axel in the corner trying to find his way out with a 2K, but to get caught by the anti-air close slash.
Ooh.
Safe jump.
Yes. Gonna be able to jump over the second one and punish with a grab. And that is Beefy moving
Another
on.
day at the office. Another day at the office.
Just that's all it is.
Gotta play it cool and easy. There you go.
You talked about it earlier. I love that with players, no matter what character they're playing, they play it so differently than what's on paper. And we talked about it earlier. On paper, this matchup's supposed to go to Axel's favor. Not necessarily the case in this situation.
No, not at all. Again, I expected a bit more zoning from the Axel. I expected a bit more space control with the 5P being so good. Again, because Bedman's a big character, right? So a lot of inadvertent buttons that he can kind of throw out will just kind of clip you on accident. So I expected a bit more proactive, like neutral control that way. But as we saw there, Bedman kind of just floated up to the sky and just shot a bunch of projectiles and then made the Axel player feel as though he was forced to make the approach and then capitalize on that punish.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of the forward advancement, but by the time Beefy was back on the ground, we have that error follow-up, that lightning to like literally protect any form of advancement that Birdley was trying to do. So, I really am enjoying seeing Bedman out here. Very tough character from the beginning.
I will definitely say, so when he got the list of changes, I was like, okay, this character is juiced up. He got a lot of beneficial changes. There were a lot of system changes that I think kind of helped him inadvertently a little bit. They kind of toned down the power level of some characters, and they brought him up. So I tried him out for a little bit, and I got to tell you, his movement is so unique, and it's so different, and it's so awkward if you're not accustomed to that kind of weird delayed 8-way dash, right? He has to jump and then hover there for a second, and then you pick a direction, right? And I played a lot of different fighting games in my time, but that is definitely a very unique take on the movement options that he has. And again, he's just kind of like an awkward, bed, right? He's just a bed, right?
Yep.
So
big body character,
yep.
And not to the best advantage. And we're going to see him again. I think this is going to be, this was the Slayer?
This is the Slayer. This is the Slayer that actually took a game off of me.
Yes.
So I was impressed. I was impressed.
I'm curious to see how Beefy's going to handle this, because I really did feel like the way that NY0 was playing, that's Slayer in like high octane, like I'm just going to jump and you're just going to get overwhelmed. I'm going to do a pile bunker. I don't care. It's just going to happen. Yeah,
I mean, Slayer's best, example is just kind of YOLO strategy. You kind of just send it and you kind of force your aggression there, because again, his biggest strength is how much damage he does. In a high damage game already, Slayer's the kind of character that really epitomizes just 1 or 2 tapping you based on how much risk you've got, and if he's got any meter. With the Last Horizon super as well, the 100 meter, he kind of just grabs you, takes a bite, punches you, and you can say bye-bye.
I feel like any class character is double afraid, not just like afraid in general, just double afraid when Slayer's on the screen. Me as Anji with my high guts, I'm sometimes even afraid, because I'm like, I don't think I'm surviving this.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people about this all the time. They always talk about matchups and spreads and what things play like, and I always tell people that damage is the great equalizer.
Yes.
If you have enough damage in your tank, it will be good.
That's why I say like Soul, which we're going to probably see a Soul for the button check here. I'm not too sure if it is the button check.
Yeah, I think it's a button check. Right, we saw him play Slayer, so I think he's playing Soul for the button check.
Yeah. Soul is the even matchup for Anji, I feel like. Same thing with Slayer. That's just an even matchup, and it's whoever gets that first hit more and keeps the first hit.
Exactly.
Not just getting it, keeping it.
Exactly. That's the other thing about Slayer and Soul especially, is that usually once they get the hit, they're able to convert and kind of keep that momentum rolling with their hits. But this looks like an actual match. So I mean, I kind of see the vision of not picking Slayer, because again, Bedman with the new JS and the neutral control with the projectiles, Slayer's biggest problem with projectiles, I think.
Yep.
So
it's trying to start up on the neutral, win the neutral. At least here you have a little bit of range. You can work around, like you said, the close slash being really solid. But we are backing away from the corner, and that's actually going to cost NY0 in this situation. Missing the charged up. Yeah.
But luckily, the backup plan that he's got, the error state that he's got going on, usually kind of catches a lot of the misdrops or sorts.
Nice. Going ahead and getting the 2K 2D into the pinwheel. That's also going to allow that follow-up to happen with explosions. So even if NY0 was blocking, which he was, not enough FD, and went down for the count.
Yeah, it just did a YOLO Night Raid Vortex, gets punished, and now we're back in the corner here. This is where Bedman shines the most. Yes, sir. There we go. But uses the burst, sends a full screen. Now we're playing neutral again.
Okay, far slash. Then Revolver tries to go for the fast RC cancel on the overhead. But Beefy trying to fight back here. Goes for the arrow cancel instead.
Strike throw, baby. My favorite mix in the game. Oh, gets thrown for his troubles, though. Improper meaty. Now you got to hold this.
Ooh, good DP there from NY0. Red RC just to get to further into the movement and then go for the throw right after. Bandit Revolver again, and this is going to be full conversion from Gunflame.
This part was that wasn't even optimal, right? And he still killed him. So Soul's one of those characters that even if he might lose a matchup on paper, again, he'll find the routes, he'll find the damage. Oh, the new JS buff working just to the greatest of effects. I tell you, this character is peach mover.
You mentioned it earlier that multiple hit going into the dust in the air, and look, this is all momentum for Beefy. He's gonna get the tap dust, or charge tap dust, and then be able to break the wall right afterwards.
This is tough. Soul can make anything happen. He's the flame of corruption, right? But, ooh, yeah, you're only one hit away. You got a full health bar to work with. So, first game definitely goes to Bedman.
Which, again, I'm super shocked to see, because you could tell that this Bedman knows exactly what they're doing, knows exactly what this character is capable of. Really showing off that it's not just about paper matchups.
Here we go, playing some neutral, but we got some offense going, pushing to the corner. One of Bedman's also greatest strengths, is people don't really talk about it a lot, is how far forward he moves you. You know, with the with the 2-8 that kind of just puts him in the train, or the pinwheel special move. He really pushes you to the corner, whether you're on hit or on block. So we're back in the corner again, and this looks like a wall break. Super.
Yeah, this should be able to kill, and it does. Locked in. And back into this next round. Already going to win the air-to-air.
I'm telling you, that JS is working wonders. It does so many things now for him. There it is, the counter hit starter. You're already in the corner again. Burst, sends a full screen, play neutral again.
And I like that. Try to just play it out, throwing out very quick recovery normals to let the lightning follow up. But we are going to FD against NY0. Does get hit by the 6P.
Yeah, I will say that the NY0, he's doing a really nice job of identifying certain gaps, right, that you can DP through so you can take his turn back. That's probably one of Bedman's biggest strengths, is that against DP characters, he has to be a little bit more cautious on his offense.
We are going for some slow normals, unfortunately. It was not going to be in the favor for Beefy, as NY0 said, let me just press. Let me just make sure that you're dead at this point.
Yeah, that Soul Far Slash is still doing wonders here in at the end of Season 3 still, right before Season 4. Counter hit, you're in the corner. My favorite mix. Strike throw.
Again, the 2K, 2Ds to try to get some quick moves out. We're going to try to projectile out. Gonna get hit by the jump slash though. Red RC tries to keep it going with the Bandit Revolver, but Beefy says, nope, that's not real right now, I'm gonna throw you.
And what turned into your wall break is now my wall break, but we're back in the corner. Nice RC to get the 6B for the upper body invuln.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Try to air-to-air, it's a trade at the moment.
This is so tough. You've got no meter to work with. You're only one hit away. Oh. And game number 2 goes to Bedman. Again, a fantastic control of neutral so far, right? Not only with the JS, but also with the projectile usage in general. Again, Soul kind of struggles with projectiles a little bit, so he's really making use of the projectiles. The only thing here is that, honestly, if he just baits a DP or two, that might just be curtains. But we're going back to the Slayer, though, so even though he may have thought that Soul was a better matchup on paper, sometimes you just got to go with what your gut tells you.
Yeah, I go with the character that you probably feel the most comfortable with, and I think that's a big opportunity for NY0. My question here is it too late?
It's always tough. Usually I give about a game. Sometimes giving it 2 games is a little tough because you're so far on the back foot. You have to win 3 in a row, and that can be really challenging for a lot of players.
Especially when you're down 2-0 at the moment, right? Like, even if you win with Slayer, you're going to be able to do it. But I love that you're going to use in response 2D. It's such a good forward advancing movement. There's the overhead, and it's a counter hit with the pile bunker, and another pile bunker for the wall splat, and already health just decimated from Beefy, but we got the air slash going. There's Mamba, and it's a counter hit, so we were able to convert a little bit off of it.
Yeah, honestly, this round was already pretty tough for Bedman to kind of win. So as a Bedman player, I'm already kind of happy that I got the burst at least, right? So you're not too far behind if you happen to go into round 2 here. But honestly, he's making a comeback. And if he can make this comeback while keeping the burst, that will be so huge. RC? Oh, the OTG gets the kill, and he is up so much resources. You got a whole stick of burst to work with, and he's up around. He's on set point.
What was supposed to have been NY0's game, Beefy, just confident in every single moment. The close slash anti-air, there's the wall splat, plus extra damage thanks to the heavy sweep. White Wild Assault, you're back in this corner now. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I thought it was a burst bait because I saw him jump, but White Wall Assault plus the RC really gives you, oh, he's still alive. The guts, the health. Oh, the trade. Yeah, even though White Wall Assault is not plus in this version of the game, if you combine with RC, it might as well be. So it just takes a little bit more resources, but you can still kind of skip the neutral, be invincible, and then press your turn, as he just did in masterful fashion.
Yeah, I look, even right now, NY0 is just like, I can't believe this. The one character I probably didn't even think was gonna show up, and that's what happens with Batman players. They're ready to show up.
That is probably the other biggest strength of the character, is that he is pretty awkward. He's pretty difficult to play, like to pick up. He's like decently doable to master, but not a lot of people play him, right? No. And one of the most under-talked about things about fighting games or just gaming in general is just familiarity, right? Yes. Is the idea that you could be super nice, super good at the game, but if you've never played against Bedman, don't know what he does, don't know where the gaps are, don't know how to approach neutral, it's really easy to lose momentum. He like 2 or 3 touches you, you're in the corner all the time. It can be pretty tough. So familiarity is so underrepresented, so understated, I think.
Yeah, especially when you are coming out to like locals and stuff like that. It's really important to get familiar with any of these players, because they could be your like next training buddies for the matchup.
Yeah, one of the best parts about locals is the idea that since you're like in close proximity to each other physically, you can always just talk to people and be able to get feedback and stuff. So, but
yep,
I'm going up there, so it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Scam. We got Scambolini going on. Gonna be heading to winners finals this time to face against Parrish, who we saw earlier. And we got back the Street Fighter player.
Buster's out before top 8 in his bracket, but nobody has to know that. Hey everyone, how's it going? I've been sitting around watching these matches from afar. I know Scrambolini had probably a lot of really smart things to say.
Oh, we were talking so much. We got even to do like a little bit of a player interview,
nice.
Just to kind of see where the thoughts were, especially against NY0 Slayer. Obviously,
that was a killer match.
That was a really good match, yeah. Bedman player coming up, or rather was up before, and Beefy was just killing it out there with the Bedman plays. Like
we've seen a lot more Bedman than I thought we'd get around to in this tournament, and it's really refreshing.
And then we have Parrish. I was talking to Scambolini, and first and foremost, Scam's like really excited to just play against more people.
Yes.
That's one of the coolest things about Scam, is like just hungry to play against different people, different characters, different players. Parrish though came back with a reverse 3-0 against Merrick, who's a consistent local, going to the Juicy Weeklies for Strive. And what I really loved about Parrish is just confidence after everything, able to make the reverse 3-0 solid, and actually able to just really call out like, okay, I need to adapt, I need to be quick about it, let's clean up house.
Yeah, and it looks like we're at least going into something here. We haven't gotten our headphones on, so the casuality might lead me to a button check, but we'll see. I mean, also, I haven't seen the fist bump yet. Ridiculous, but yeah, no, it's so cool that he got to come on mic, fill in for my dumb butt trying to play and commentate. Ridiculous.
That was me earlier when this event announced. I was like, I want to do commentary, but I know that if I compete, I'm going to be exhausted.
Yeah, it's a very tiring experience. Well, I also messaged them. I'm like, DQ me. It's okay. I'm going to go 0-2 anyways. Get me out of here.
So it does not look like this is a button check. This looks like it's going to be a full game, and already starting off match with the dash blocks.
Yeah, in such perfect just defense as well. Scrambolini just already showing off the incredible defense, converting into offense that he has.
Okay, there goes the click. And then again, pickups. I was talking to Scambolini about this earlier. Kai being this character that offensively, it's all about the pickup game, right? You're able to actually get so much value off of any juggle state that is possible, and this is exactly why. Clean plays right now happening for him.
Yeah, it was a perfect option select on the jumping and corner, and I mean, already starting off so strong. I'd be very nervous if I was against this player, which in Winners Finals, can you not be?
Oh, wow. That's a dash up grab there from Parrish, who's trying to make something work. Does block the DP and get a counter hit for it as well. Oh, and we have the overhead and beautiful for wall break.
Yeah, Parrish going to need quite a few more of those to keep this going. Able to get the fireball out before to get some extra damage and just take him back to that last screen. I like this background better.
Okay, YRC deflect shield to push Parrish back. Purple RC, but Stun Dipper goes right under the far slash. And now we have Shock State. We're going to go for backdash. And we just need to watch out for Rainwater and this throw right now.
Nice. Wow. Tried to copy his movement, but it doesn't work out. Blocks the burst and finishes his food. Scrambolini. Very clean play. It's very clear we're in our winners finals now. Our players have cleaned up everything and are starting to option select based off of the ideas that perfection is coming out.
Small pokes here and there right now, but Scambolini gonna get the shock state going. Buddha Arcus also dash cancelable, and we're gonna use purple RC to bait out the burst, block it, punish, and wall shatter.
Yeah, just so much HP off of that. Yeah, and that's gonna pretty much finish it off for us here. Ooh. All right, instead opts to go for a bit of a crazy mix-up.
Overhead. Scambolini slightly dash blocking, and then the Stun Dipper right in the exact range. I love that. It was
it's
so
gotten away with it three times.
Yep.
Insane.
But matchup knowledge, right? There goes the Rainwater, though. The vacuuming effect from it, plus able to counter hit on the DP.
Yeah, Parrish doing an excellent job of cutting their combos or their string pressure short there, so they don't get DP'd on the negative frames. It going, Scrambolini stuck to the corner, needs a couple more of those just defense that we were seeing earlier, but it doesn't matter if you get cross-cut like that.
Yeah, Parrish is playing completely different than before, calling out some of Scambolini's dash blocks, especially in specific situations or movement. Oh, we got a grab here from Parrish.
Yeah, missed our meaty grabs on Scrambolini's side, but it's okay. Welcome back to half screen. Ooh, trade!
And still in the favor of Scambolini, too. That should wall break, and it's going to with the Eclair being able to get the wall break.
Nice blue RC. Gonna win back their negative frames off of this pause. We have burst side on both. Can convert either into a lot of damage or one get out of jail free card.
Okay, counter hit off of the slight screen. Stun Dipper again, not gonna have enough tension to actually convert off of it, but we got the tap dust at the very least. And even Parrish is just like, oh man, I can't really defend much against this.
Wild Assault into instant overhead is insane for closing out rounds. Such a fast option, makes you select everything proper. Scrambolini pulling it off, going up two. Oh, solid stuff.
Once again, that tap dust coming in, and look how much damage right there. Just 25% to work with, but we've seen Parrish in this situation before. And
nice
I feel like it might be too old, but I could be wrong.
It is. You're correct. Yeah. My gosh, just tap dancing around the chain lengths right now.
Yeah, right now Parrish really needs to make something happen, especially at such a low deficit. But right as I said it, the 2K able to poke right out.
Quickest little trade, taking out their feet. Can't do much about that, but you can do better in this potential final round.
Oh, counter hit. Beautiful.
We're trying to find our space here. The 5P actually working out really well there. We're going to get hit here. Oh, a little bit of a misinput there. Oh.
Nice. I like that. The whip grab into the 2K2D. Then we're going to go for the counter hit here. Explosions at the end. Parrish showing signs of life as we're going into this potentially set point here for Scambolini, who's just trying to clean up shop and try to get that next win to move to grand finals. But Parrish is saying, nope, we're keeping you out of here.
We haven't seen as many great just defends as we were earlier from Scrambolini. I mean, obviously it hasn't detracted from the play too much, but oh, nice RC!
Unfortunate there for Parrish.
Oh, misses the combo.
But we have to grab after the recovery. That's going to be a counter hit here too. Red RC. Scambolini is going to go for burst.
A really smart one too. Waited for after the hit. He had to commit. Oh my gosh, good backdash.
Oh no, gets clipped by Fudark.
Had to run back our turn.
Blocks the stun dipper.
Oh, blocked.
No, not what Parrish was hoping for.
Oh, no convert on the final hit there. It doesn't matter. We keep it very consistent there. And 3-0 for the Scrambolini. He's a reason. There's a reason he's top seed.
Yep.
Getting shown on display really well there.
I want to note, Parrish did a deflect shield to try to, after the reset.
Yeah.
And I feel like what Scambolini was really just trying to do is prevent like the burst meter to come through. And with the deflect shield, it was a smart play from Parrish, but it's one of those plays that was kind of like, I'm going to bait you to do that.
Yeah.
Because when it was happening, Scambolini went into the projectile, and that's what clipped Parrish after the deflect shield.
Yeah, it's a high commitment option. You understand why they're going for it, but it doesn't always mean it was the best option. And hindsight is 20/20. You're gonna get hurt sometimes by the options you pick during a match, and sometimes you win entire sets off of a read run. Clearly, Parrish is no. I've been blanking so much today. No stranger to coming back and winning 3-0.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's what they were hoping for there, but now they're just gonna have to do it potentially going back into Grands if they make it that far.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say that there's two players right now that stands in their way. It's the Bedman player, so BT, and Merrick, who we're going to see up next. And I believe this should be the losers semis.
Yeah.
Before that losers finals. Now, I really, again, want to highlight two players that are playing phenomenally in tonight's bracket. Again, Bedman and Johnny.
Yes. No, two zoners, two long-range people, but have been getting away with that close-range destruction that Guilty Gear Strive is so known for. If you like being up in your face, you like seeing big damage bars, you've found your game.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how Merrick handles this Batman player, and I'm actually curious to see how Beefy also handles Johnny, just in general.
Yeah. What is it? The Johnny fought Bedman earlier in the bracket, right? It was in like losers quarters or something like that. I could have sworn I saw it. I saw Johnny and Bedman on the screen at one point, and then they went to Elfelt for the last game.
Oh yes, that was the last match. That was not the last match.
Like a couple ago. It all starts to blend at some point.
Yeah, I think it was against Urameshi, if I'm not mistaken.
I gotcha.
But again, something to really think about here between these two players. Is how they're going to handle it. You know, Merrick with Johnny, super good, has been grinding it out every local, strong Johnny too. And then you have this Bedman player that just kind of like came out of nowhere and has like been super dominant throughout the entire bracket today. You know, despite being in losers for a good majority of it. Yeah,
my biggest complaint with rollback netcode is the fact that it keeps some of these amazing players at home playing the best version of the game, and then they show up to their locals and they've been grinding online for so long, and then they kick my butt in my local bracket against all my friends.
There's Tumbleweed.
Let's go.
You know, I haven't really seen Johnny's intros, if you believe that.
No.
And I have like 600 hours in the game, so.
You're totally fine. I mean, such a cowboy entrance. Oh, I love it so much, and I really do give it up to the players for allowing us to see these extremely cinematic intros. Especially because one of them's on their phone, so I'm assuming we're on button check.
Nah. That's setting the mood for the music, and we going right in. There's the vault.
Wild assaulted too, right after getting off the phone. That's how you know what your option is.
I mean, with Wild Assault being still a strong Wild Assault, despite getting nerfed in the last patch, really crucial. But there's that Johnny J on the screen already putting Beefy in the halfway mark of health. And the kick Offensive momentum here.
Don't let him breathe. Good check, and we're just going to replay that movie real fast. Johnny taking this first one straight.
Beautifully done there from Merrick. You can even see the cool, calm, collected thoughts. Just trying to do business and keep it clean. But there's that multiple hits off of the heavy slash from Benman. Able to cancel into the jump dust.
We're finding a good range right now. McWhat now doing a really nice job of keeping the pressure on. FT burning through all of Johnny's bar. We gotta find something here. Oh, that wasn't it. Whatever that was, it was wrong.
Merrick trying to use whatever tension was possible, but it's been a little bit tough and not going to be able to build up any form of defense. Meter just got back burst, and it's just been trying to defend against. There's the whip throw opportunity, but Beefy said, nope, I'm going to burst here to keep you in this corner. And Merrick, not a lot of help to work with right now.
Currently playing Defense Simulator right now. I think is committed to just not using this burst this entire round. Let's just run that next one, please.
Let's just try to keep that resource because we're going to see it pretty soon here. You know, it's going to be hard to open up with that 50-50, but if we have the, if we're able to achieve the Wild Assault, it can work in their favor, but doesn't need it. Johnny J on the screen. Going to wall break for a hard knockdown situation. And Merrick should be able to go for the safe jump, deflect shield, but still able to punish it. And for a perfect after the card.
So nice. And even though they ended up not needing that burst for that third game, it was so smart to hold on to it. Gave them options to so many offensive options going into there. And honestly, kind of ran away with the 2 games they won. Very, very polarizing game sometimes.
Into misfire. Carter getting set up. There's another misfire. Tried to bait out the burst, but we're gonna get the Joker card drawn out against Beefy.
Our turn on incoming. Let's grab him. What's the mix on the final interaction here? Nice check. Even had RC to keep that safe in case they felt like bursting in the final minutes and making a heck of a comeback.
Burst is finally used on the side of Beefy, who gets the 2S and the pinwheel to follow right afterwards. Explosion, lightning, but that's I believe a close slash that was able to land.
Nice, found their turn. We're trying to get something rolling here, but there's nothing on the stage for Johnny. We saw this last time. Second game just seems to be Beefy McWhat now's wheelhouse. Holding on to all this pressure. Oh, the 6P.
What a risky 6P too, especially off of a blue RC from Beefy.
Yeah, I like the option though. They used their delay frames there to see that they were in the air and just pick the option that beats everything. I love that. Great player awareness. Checking it. Wow. Double dash into grab. What's the setup here? Oh, didn't get the card.
There's the pinwheel. And that's going to be a follow-up into the explosions. Chip damage situation, White Wild Assault, yep. Beefy gonna seal this next round.
Yeah, OTG off the slash, picking that final bits of HP up. Might gonna spend burst early here, or Merrick rather. I don't think we meant to switch sides, but it doesn't matter, we get nice punish counters. Take him towards the wall.
Ooh, how unfortunate. It's like kind of like hit or miss on that card, Super. You had the opportunity, but then you like, if it's too low to the ground, then you're going to lose out on it. Right now, we're back into the defense simulator. Guards broken over and over, so extra chip damage. It is not looking good right now for Merrick.
Should get super. Oh, no. We had meter for that. Beefy McWhat now. You better not lose. He doesn't. It's fine.
Invincible startup on Wild Assault. You hate to see it.
Yeah, unless you're a Bedman player, in which case you're probably thrilled. There is. We are all tied up here at 1-1. Johnny needs to find a way to get this pressure off. I'm assuming Johnny doesn't have any invincible reversals or anything.
Only super.
This pressure, yeah.
Only super and backdash, but I think what the problem here more than anything is those follow-ups on the error. Because the minute that those backdashes happen, Beefy can probably follow up with just some of those longer range normals, or again, the error follow-up. So there's not really much that Merrick can do in this corner situation except for block and maybe try to go for a throw, and even then.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they've been FDing for their life, so they never have any meter for that invincible reversal, but oh, 2 huge counter hits here.
This is actually huge here for Merrick.
Yeah.
Won't be able to kill due to the guts on Bedman, but
We are guessing for our game life right now.
tap dust. Beautiful.
Keeping him guessing constantly. Good.
Take the jump air to air.
Ooh, the cancel there, though. We get in their pressure and the backdash to push Bedman into a wall break state. Let's get it.
White Wild Assault, good block. Purple RC after the vault, and then we're gonna go for the low misfiner to follow up. Oh, I love that purple RC, and then drift forward to grab in the middle of the startup. And now Merrick is sitting 2-1 ahead of Beefy.
Yeah, might have not been the most optimal punish, but getting an RC into dash grab, dang, that looks cool. That is the most Guilty Gear thing I've seen. Ooh.
Hubba?
Okay. Hey, we said we were getting a diverse cast of characters coming into this bracket, and we got to keep it going with our secondaries potentially coming out here. Might also just be checking our controls.
So one thing that I would say is that with the way Bedman works, you're not going to be really able to get dashes as much as you would like, because again, he has a different movement.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that's one of the reasons why the change, but no, we're going back into Bedman, so maybe it was a bit of a button check that just wasn't working well for BP.
Yeah, or heck, maybe even just needed a minute to calm down. This game can be so oppressive and so fast-paced. We did get a new color, though.
We did! This color is really nice. Okay, Misfiner on the low.
Hey, baited it!
Nice! Very, very nice there from Merrick. However, still stuck in this corner. Has to 6B and gets the Misfiner out.
This goes for the close slash immediately into the overhead. Oh, and the frame trap button. Good stuff. Got them to the corner, though.
Faultless defense. Right now, Merrick back in full screen, getting hit by some of these projectiles, especially after the air follow-up. Right now, Beefy's just trying to play the full screen game, but gets hit by the Misfiner. The grab, though, from Beefy.
Oh, nice. Get off me into immediate slash. Really smart stuff. Has to keep that going.
One more game for Merrick, and it will be over for Beefy, who would be leaving within the top 4. But the White Wild Assault, Beefy trying to stay alive.
Pressure going here. We need to find some sort of way past the defense. Now that you've shown a little bit of weakness towards this projectile game, they're going to start spamming it.
Well, it is not looking good right now for Beefy. He's going to be getting hit bolts into purple RC. The grab from Merrick. Deflect shield, but it's not enough to keep Merrick out. Faultless defense after the YRC.
Johnny can obviously close that range so fast with his advancing special. A nice anti-air with the 6K. Can we finish it? Oh, our food is gone.
Yep, we can and we will. Merrick taking it over. Not going to even let the full cutscene go out here as Beefy heads out in 4th. Congratulations for really showing off Bedman.
Yeah, and still an amazing place when we have so many talented players out here today. I mean, should take nothing wrong with that. Really good stuff in Bedman. Looks like such a hard character to play. You really set yourself up for a challenging life, and I mean, it was rewarding when it was working.
Yeah, no, it really was. I believe Parrish is who put Merrick in losers.
Oh, okay.
So this will be
We'll be
interesting to see how it works out. Especially for Parrish, who again won against that with a reverse 3-0. And you already kind of can see that Merrick is like,
Never again.
never again, never again.
That type of fire in our players is what keeps me coming out to my locals. I love seeing a little bit of a rivalry. I love seeing people get excited. My only time I've ever done it was in a Samurai Showdown bracket where I 3-0'd that guy. I've never beaten him again. He will never let me get out of into finals and take him for 3 games. Takes me out in losers every single time. So,
And once again, Parrish more than likely will be on the Axel. I'm curious if Merrick's going to go any other character, but I feel like Johnny's the best pick.
Yeah, I've been seeing so much solid conversions, really solid set play, and just all the good things you want out of a Johnny player coming into full focus here. But we are dealing with a vanilla character versus a Season 3 character. There are definitely some differences.
Most definitely. Especially with some of these new buffs and patches that have happened in recent months. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But right now we got Parrish and Merrick. Parrish on the right, Merrick on the left. Again, Parrish is playing the Axel, whereas Merrick is playing the Johnny.
Starting off really strong here, getting some cards thrown all around.
Okay, Rengeki to try to pull back, but we have the bolts over. There goes the Mistminer on the low.
And it doesn't get the dash in between there to confirm that combo for a little bit extra damage, but it's okay. Oh, the Wild Assault. Parrish has been doing that so much.
That's like one of the most best ways for, honestly, Parrish to open up someone. The Wild Assault into the follow-ups. And you're able to open up. There goes Rainwater. It's a huge opportunity here for Parrish.
Yeah, got burst so fast. Can really start their pressure and not have to worry about their full screen getting interrupted. Nice. Obstacle take him to the corner. What's the mix-up game? Got to get the strike throw presented. Ooh! The 6K actually going through that entire little string. I think catching both players off guard.
Oh my goodness, and Parrish is not here to play.
Yeah, running through that bracket really fast, and we're immediately going to character select. Whether it's something different or just, hey, stop him from doing his thing here, I'm about it. Potentially had a wrong button. That can definitely happen.
Yeah,
hopefully it will not throw off our neutral game in the midst of battle this time.
Yeah, Merrick was trying to, I think, double check on the buttons just in case. Seen that happen a couple of times.
Yeah, hey, we're in bracket. We need to check our buttons, people. We know better than that. You've not made it to a losers finals before and have not messed up your buttons.
Mistminer from pretty much mid-screen. And that's going to be a force burst off of Parrish.
Nice, won their position back into the corner, able to set up some cards, but getting scythed right out of the air.
Oh, we're going to go for the Johnny J, but it's going to get blocked here as Parrish is going to get the overhead and the red RC. And we'll be able to kill with the we'll be able to wall break with the Axel Bomb.
Oh, tried to opt for a command throw option afterwards and doesn't get the pickup. 6K going to take him to the wall here. Wins their turn back.
Nice yellow RC. Kind of keep the get off me tool and then going ahead and moving forward with the kill.
Yeah.
And we're already stopping momentum here from Merrick, who was trying to go close in.
Yeah, big pickup there. Got the burst and a punish with it.
Mistminer, again, throwing out the cards. And we're going to be able to get the jump slash in for a counter hit. And that should be able to confirm all of what they needed. And yep, Merrick very closing in.
Yeah, even though this full screen is really nice for both characters, this might be too much damage.
Ooh, time stop. Oh no! Axel Bomber loops! Axel Bomber loops!
We got to get at least 4 of them in. Ooh! All right, no pickup there though. Purple RC to mix. Stop our option.
The explosion, it's not enough. As Merrick was in the process of throwing out a card and was taken out by the explosion. And now game number 3, Parrish, so comfortable against Merrick here.
Yeah, it really looks like a whole different player than what we were seeing on the come down, but Merrick needs to pick up the pace right now. Can't get hit by these command grabs. Second one that's happened. Oh, nice. Good patience there, though. Has been presenting the strike throw very much. Keep things moving here. Didn't get the card hit yet. Still in play. Oh, it's gone.
Oh, no. That's a full screen whip punish from the card. But we also are going to respond with our own. But it's not going to reach in time. Parrish getting punished for him after the second hit. He can jump over the circle. And we are going to be able to kill as Merrick takes the first game, or first round.
Nice, yeah, and finally found an opportunity to actually hit button safely, get some quick, good punishes. If we can keep up that style of play, we could definitely see some comebacks here.
Okay. Jump K into the overhead, but it's going to get hit by the low.
Backdash keeping us through that stuff, getting counter hit with the close slash. Not what you want to see if you're a Parrish fan.
Very nice. We get the Rengeki.
Being so patient with their forward side throws.
2K2D, Red RC, Axel Bomber, 5K doesn't get the next step of the confirmation. The grab from Merrick. First, we're going to use it this time.
Yeah, I think this is a good opportunity for it.
Oh!
Nice punish. One of the few characters that can probably reach so far.
Even Parrish is like, okay, what's good about that is that Merrick didn't use burst, so that was still Parrish's round, but Merrick now has that entire burst to work with here, so you have to be careful, but we're seeing Parrish say, let's get that strike throw off of Rainwater,
Yeah,
but now gold burst for Merrick.
Yeah, we got our positive bonus going. Going to get a lot of meter for this. Nice, no pickup. Didn't get the confirm on the last hit there, but it doesn't matter with this keep out game.
Time stop, this is it! This is Parrish's game, gonna be able to carry, not gonna get the wall splat. Purple RC to keep the card safe, but Parrish should be able to get it and does so to make it to Grand Finals and get the run back against Scambolini.
Yeah, a little bit expensive on the 100%, but a bit of scrambling just a little bit to try and find their footing in the final bits of that match. That is okay, and now we finally get to see our grand finals for the evening. What was the final score of winners? It was 3-0 for Scrambolini.
It was 3-0 for Scambolini, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we have a lot of work to do, but Parrish, no shortage on talent. You do not make it this far.
I'm so happy to see how strong Parrish was looking for these run backs, to be honest.
Yes.
And rightfully so, right? We saw what was interesting about this, why is that this was a previous matchup, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So the fact that Parrish was able to, because again, remember, Merrick was up about 2 games.
Yes.
And was supposed to get their last game, but Parrish did a time stop for the reversal to take back the match, and then next thing we know, it's a reverse 3-0. And for Parrish to be able to take this that last entire set for a 3-0 victory is insane.
Yeah, just a lot of dominance, understood the player, didn't fall for any more of the tricks, and now has to do the exact, not the exact same thing, but has to really lock in and make sure Scrambolini can't do that to them.
Yeah, most definitely. It's gonna be a tough one. It really will be a tough one here for things to go on the side of Parrish. But regardless, I mean, this is a great way. What a perfect opportunity to be like, now it's time to face off here for Central Florida Face Off.
Our grand finals of Guilty Gear Strive. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Kai versus Axel.
All right, here we are. Scambolini on the Kai, Parrish on the Axel, and we are already going for the jump slash, Fuda Arc, strike throw, yup, stun, and Fuda Arc again. This time
Nice
with tech
tack.
hit.
Able to find a good opportunity here, found the burst as well. Parrish has not been able to get away with one of those against Scrambolini. Oh no, perfect. There was a little check there.
Just a little tap, just a little love tap.
A little touch early in the match.
Yep, 2K2D, that's going to be a shock state that's on Parrish. And again, pickup, all about what we like to see from Kai. Once this wall break happens, that is still shock state applied thanks to that super projectile.
Yeah. Well, I think it didn't break the wall, so he didn't.
Oh,
I don't think he had it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't break wall anymore. Yeah,
No,
weird
it didn't.
change.
I forgot about that, to be honest. That's a good call out. That was a really good call out.
Well, I mean, no, it's just Kai doing Kai weird things, but I really like his extensions with the combo because it doesn't break anymore. It's very nice. And Parrish, not happy with that last match, just running away with the pressure here, trying not to give Scrambolini anything.
Oh my gosh, 2P, and then going into Wild Assault right afterwards.
The Shakespearean combo.
Oh, the tap dust. Beautiful. Not gonna be okay. We're gonna burst here so early though for a round when you're at this when you're at this health range. Stun Dipper, Red RC. We're just gonna go for our RTL. Let's just do it. Ride the lightning for the win.
Scrambolini showing off a tiny bit, wants the dominance in the mental game of it. I can't say I blame him.
Okay, bring Geki to try to keep Scrambolini out.
Yeah, one of the biggest differences I've seen between Parrish and Scrambolini in all of Parrish's matches is Scrambo is so good at dash blocking. He's so consistent at it.
Good call out. That was so good. You mentioned it. Patience at dash blocking. Wild Assault here right now to get the full confirm. Mind you, any other player would have probably just like dropped it before the wall broke. But Scambolini is like, no, I'm going to use my Wild Assault to push me forward here.
Yeah, and continue this pressure and get your plus frames and do every positive measure you can to tack damage onto this. Really nice stuff here. Going to take them all the way through the wall.
Right, the lightning so potent. And we're going to just get the tap dust on the mid screen. Even Parrish was just like, I can't
Everyone gets hit by that. That's fine. And we were up 2-0 for Scrambolini. Currently speed running our grand final set over here. Parrish needs to find something to get moving here.
Okay. 2K into the Wild Assault to keep those plus frames going.
Yeah, we're not FDing at all on Parrish's side, but it's okay. Gonna use the burst instead. Doesn't want to get wall broken into mix. Really patient, noticing it immediately going for the throw. Oh,
Okay.
well, not able to get a punish there. Maybe needed that to finish off the pressure. FRC.
This is, Parrish is just going to have to die here pretty much because there is no way you can break out of that or even get a burst from because you have no resources for it. Scambolini on set point right now. Playing phenomenally.
Oh, he got the wrong way.
No way. This autocorrect. But we have an Oxo Bomber and Command Grab for the hard knockdown.
Yeah, and that backdash was so talented. Love that. Ooh, can we pick this up? Ooh.
I think we can.
Combo.
Oh no,
Trades.
DP got clashed with Rainwater, which was not what Scambolini was hoping for.
Oh no, Wild Assault, just take them around, please.
Red RC, burst. We're gonna go for DP in this situation,
Oh, nice.
but yes, unfortunately you cannot Roman cancel off of DP, and I think right there was a little bit of some muscle memory from Scambolini. That is no longer possible in this version of the game.
Yeah, unfortunate, but still really nice stuff. Parrish able to clean that up. Needs to keep up this pressure if he wants to reset this bracket. Has a long way to go.
Despite losing the trade, was able to get picked up, and here we go.
Now we have the shock state of
Yes, we do. There we go.
Oop.
Backdashing, smart. But Stun Dipper blocks the burst, and there you have it. Scambolini is your CFFO Guilty Gear Strive champion. Amazing stuff there from the Kai Kisuke King himself.
And I mean, you were not kidding when we started this bracket and you said, I know the #1 seed and he is ready to play. That was a lot of fantastic games and a really dominant performance. I'm terrified to enter a Guilty Gear Strive bracket, but if you are in the Central Florida area, you should come out and challenge the king himself.
Yes.
Really nice stuff.
Yes, indeed. And with that, that is the end of the Guilty Gear Strive portion. Y-Cribe, in between Scambolini and yourself, it's been such a pleasure.
And thank you for holding this down so perfectly the entire time. You've been a delight to work with. And I'm sorry that I get tossed around everywhere.
No worries.
You can never pin me down.
Absolutely. And with that, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Please stay tuned because this is not the end. We have more games coming soon. Don't go anywhere.